Okay, this is the 1-2 kid, and I wanted to get on this subject of Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. I mean, the saga, the more research I did, the deeper the rabbit hole got. It's crazy, man. Guy calling himself A side, you know what I mean? Bud Crawford out here calling himself the A side of the game. I don't see that, man. I don't see how this man is A side in this situation. If you want to call it 50-50, we could roll with that. I could roll with 50-50. But to sit there and call yourself the A side, that to me is crazy because, I mean, you take Earl of Truth Spence, right? The truth, right? He's a savage, right? He's a savage, these fans, right? You take guys saying that, this guy, it's strap season. It's he's got all these accolades, he's a unified champion. You know what I'm saying? He's a beast, you know what I mean? A savage. And then you look at Bud and you say, Bud, 6-time world champion. He's a 6-time world champion. Bear with me, y'all. I got a spiel, man. 6-time world champion in 3 different weight classes, but none of that shit counts in the welterweight division. If that's the case, and that's the narrative you're going to roll with, then why did Canelo make more money than Kovalev? Why did Floyd make more money than Canelo? Moving up. That makes no sense whatsoever. So then you talk about, this dude, he makes more money on this side. But that's not the case either. What is the A side? The A side is what? You get the ring, you get the gloves, you get to pick the gloves, you know what I mean? The arena, maybe the network, unless they sharing it, and money. This man guaranteed, Bud Crawford guaranteed 3.5 minimum. Minimum. All right. As for pay-per-view numbers, you could argue that. But what I noticed is, 60-40, nobody complained when Earl Spence said 60-40. It's going to be 60-40 on my favor. But the moment that Bud came back and said 60-40, then all the shit came. Oh, he said 60-40. He said 60-40. So he don't really want to fight. What was that energy when Garcia turned down $3 million straight, guaranteed with a pay-per-view upside, and was offered in different? It depends. I mean, what I've noticed is the more I've looked into what the pay-per-view numbers are, the more inconsistency I see. So I'm no longer really going to put any effort in or belief in these articles, because the more articles I've seen, the more inconsistencies I see. But we'll just take this off the bat. One says 1.5 for Spence, and 1 million guarantee for motherfucking Garcia. All right, plus pay-per-view upside. Another one says 10 million for Spence and 5 for this guy. But the point I'm trying to make is, everybody on the PBC, you got Thurman asking for 10 mil. When he had the titles, told him to go fight, go fight Amir Khan. He fights Amir Khan, beats Amir Khan, and then he gets heat from the fans on the PBC side saying, why fight Amir Khan? That dude's a bum. Go get a strap, Spence says. He goes get a strap. Well, that's the WBO. Don't nobody care about the WBO. What are you talking about? This dude got 6 titles in 3 different weight classes. So wouldn't that make him strap season? Wouldn't, being that he moved to the welterweight division and did supposedly nothing, stopped every opponent, wouldn't that make him man down? Wouldn't that make Bud Crawford the truth? I'm just saying. What are we arguing here? 60-40. Did he say 60-40 to Mikey Garcia? Wasn't that a 50-50 fight? What did Mikey do in the welterweight division that made him 50-50? What did Sean Porter do to make him 50-50? And now, why don't he fight Sean Porter? We all know Earl wants to fight Pacquiao. He's a living legend. Why don't he fight Sean Porter? Porter didn't bring up Bud until he lost his strap. And then when they were attempting to make a negotiation, both of the guys said, nah, I don't want to fight him. And that came from Sean Porter's side too. Then Sean Porter, after that, said, well, he had other plans. So then that turned into Bud ducking him. But what was Bud doing when he was supposedly ducking Sean Porter? He was in negotiations to fight who? Manny Pacquiao. But that's the narrative for you. That's the narrative for you. Slap dab in the middle, right in front of you. You're looking right at it. You see what it is. And why do you take less money to fight another champion or an opponent than you would to take more money to fight another champion? Either you're being told not to fight the dude by an advisor, a manager, a promoter, or you like, maybe your conscience is advising you that if you got to do this, you better cash out because there's a good chance you ain't going to come out on the other side the same. That's what I see. That's all I see. That's it. And when I add up the numbers to these, because I mean, I hate going into people's pockets. I hate pocket watching. I don't like doing that. But you know, that's what it seems to be. Everybody wants to turn into a businessman when it comes to these fights. So in that case, what we'll do is we'll put on our business socks. We're going to clean up real nice. All right. So this sells 2,000 pay-per-views. It's Earl Spence and Danny Garcia, right? Pay-per-views adds up to about what? 18 mil, right? 10% goes directly to the network. 45% go directly to the carrier. 45% goes directly to the promoter. What's that leave about for the promoter? About 8? Now, you put in ticket sales. I don't know. We'll say maybe what? 5-6 mil. Okay? Because that's inconsistent. And I might be going over the top with that. Because there wasn't a lot of people there, but it's still a big stadium. Does 8 and 6 equal 15? Because that's what they're saying that these guys made. And that's just them, not the promoter. Like, they got to take their cut, right? So how's that work? I'm confused. I don't know. But, let's just take this off and get back to boxing. I don't understand. We're going to go old school on this one because I'm tired of hearing the excuses. And let's just say, okay, Manny talking about fighting Mikey right now. So what's the holdup? You know, we all know that, hey, Ellie did his thing. Black brought it up. And the people, 53% at the time, said they want the Earl and Bud fight. So the money's there. What's the holdup? They was both waiting on Pacquiao, right? What else you got going on? Real talk. But that's my spiel. And I'm going to drop the link for the homies now. But make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me why, Bud ain't fighting Earl. And why is it that they're like, well, he didn't offer Earl this. He didn't offer this guy this. He underbid this dude. He basically, you know, they didn't really want to fight, whatever. How many offers did the PBC make to Bud Crawford? Anybody? I thought it was strap season. I don't know. Make it make sense, y'all. Somebody, please. I just don't get it. I don't understand. Y'all tell me. Let me drop some comments so I can get at y'all. What's going on, Black? Boxer Finesse. Charles D in the building. Samuel Shaw. Got the man with the holding the London crown down in the building. Nothing but fire. Nothing but fire over here. Nothing but fire comments and lives right here with Charles D. Martin Ramos, you know, he always in the building, dropping that knowledge. If that's the case, why Usyk got a shot at heavyweight title after 2 fights at heavyweight? Exactly. Is he selling out? Is he selling out the arenas? I don't know, man. It's not just the fighter. You understand? It's not just the fighter that's selling the fight. It's the opponent. It's the matchup that sells the fight. You know? It's not just the guy that's on top of the world, because everybody say when you see Floyd when he was fighting, he was making buku money. A lot of people, a lot of casuals are paying to watch that man lose, right? But when you put him in with a guy that everyone thought might have a chance against him, what the numbers do? They skyrocketed. The guy didn't even have to be a huge name. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes, man. If a guy's got a style matchup, it's worth the risk to put him in there with him. That's what I think. What's going on, Charles? You there, bro? We got Charles in the building, but
I had my shit on mute. What up?
So what you think, man?
Man, fuck the politics of this shit.
Did we not flame this shit enough, though? I mean, but we could skip the politics. What more does this dude got to do? And why has there been no offers? And why have offers been turned down right and left? And why are these guys telling this dude what he should do? And then when he does it, he gets criticized for doing the right thing. I could recall motherfuckers saying, this is the truth. Oh, well, Bud ducking that Brook work too.
They said that shit.
Yeah, and then when he gets in there with him, oh man, you know that man was wrong. It doesn't matter what this man does, he's gonna get the ass end of the stick from these fans. And it doesn't matter what Earl does, he always gonna get the pass. Because when he came back from the accident, everybody here at the UGC said what? Man, that dude need to
take a damn tune-up.
Yeah, a tune-up. You know what I mean? Concerned about his safety. Nah, he's a savage. But now that Manny, it might be fighting Mikey, he gonna go, you know, he gonna go play with his chickens. You know what I'm saying? The cows, you know, with horses, all that, you know, till he got that farm life planted on his chest the moment that this man made moves to fight Mikey. Now he want to take a break. I thought y'all fans saying he was a savage, but now, he need a break. So which is it?
I don't know, man. He about to go get his own McDonald on.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And you know, I got nothing against Earl. It's the fans, man. It's the fans. It's the fans. And Earl, I want to see Earl want the fight. I mean, who do you blame? His promoters for telling him maybe behind closed doors not to fight the man? Or do you blame him for agreeing? Like, when can we point a finger? Why don't we just point a finger at everybody? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
don't know, man.
I think Bud wants to fight. I heard them say some shit about they wanted to have fans there. Well, look, nigga, you got fans at that Danny Garcia fight, and that stadium is big enough. Work some shit out and fight in the goddamn Cowboy Stadium. I'm pretty sure Bud don't give a fuck where he fight at. He just fought in a bubble.
Right. You had a water fountain or something? What the fuck? What you got? Like what?
I got fucking dishpan hands, nigga. Fucking shorty with goddamn dishes. She cooked yesterday and clean shit.
I'm just saying, man, make it make sense to me. I mean, is Bud Crawford not strap season? Is it not tis the season? Is it not strap season? He wants to fight for only straps, and then they want to throw everybody else at him except the guys with the straps.
I was just about to say the exact same shit. Everybody keep talking about Porter, whoever the fuck else, Danny got like, look, listen, this motherfucker calling out motherfuckers with belts. Since when is it hard for a champion to find smoke?
Right.
Name a champion that's calling out other champions. Who like nobody wants to fight him. Since when do a champion can't get no action from none of the top competition in the division? None.
So that they could keep the same narrative and say he ain't fought a big name, but I ain't fighting him. I ain't fighting him unless
but
I
what big names?
out.
What big names want to fight him if all the big names ain't trying to fucking put their name in the hat?
That's the point. That's what they're going to continue to do. I mean, come on, $3 million plus an upside when you ain't got nothing popping.
And you was number one in that fucking. You was the mandatory in the WBO, motherfucker. You took a pay cut, Fort Granados, and then went the WBC route on some sucker shit.
And where was the counter offer?
Fuck the counter offer. You the challenger, motherfucker. You take the money and a shot at the title. You want to be a champion again, right?
Right. But what I'm saying is, even challengers can make with their promoters make counter offers and purse bid on the bout.
I ain't hear shit about no damn counter offers coming.
Right. Exactly. Why not? Why ain't they throwing no offers at Bud to pick up that WBO? It's strap season.
Nah, they don't like the WBO.
Yeah, they don't like the WBO till Bud got it.
Yeah, because they all damn sure wanted to jump at motherfucking Jeff Horn when he had it.
And I guess that means that Manny Pacquiao had the WBO and nobody wanted that fight.
Oh no, they was gunning for him.
Yeah. Well, he had the belt, so that means it was different. It's like, all right, well, Horn, who hadn't done anything but beat Manny Pacquiao,
yeah.
He was he was on the radar too. But Bud got that, man. WBO don't mean nothing. Nope. We ain't making him no offers. He don't get no fight, and that's my problem with the whole situation.
We don't like the sanctioning body.
Like the sanctioning body.
But everyone wanted that shit when motherfucking Horn had it.
You goddamn right.
The minute that shit leave hands, and the fashion that he whooped his ass, yeah, we don't want no problems with that strap. And that sanctioning body can have it.
And it's the same thing when Deontay Wilder was getting nothing but knockouts against guys who were, they bigged up everybody but he's got nothing but stoppages. Oh, y'all just mad that he's the most powerful, heavyweight of all time and da. But now Bud stopping everybody at 147 and man, he beating up nobody. He beating up his mandatory.
I said the same thing. They keep saying, well, look at Bud's resume and what he's done. I was like, the same motherfuckers who was pulling for Wilder and that bullshit resume of his.
Right.
And you got the nerve to say this shit. At least the motherfucker's a 3-weight division champ, undisputed. He beat champions. That's who he beat. Man
down promotions. He stopped everybody. Okay, but who did he fight? Well, he undefeated, right? That was the big thing. He undefeated. Okay. He got nothing but knockouts. So now you don't like knockouts and people being undefeated. And I guess you don't like straps because he picked up 6 of them. And he's trying to unify and be undisputed in the second weight class. Right. That is strap season. Is it? And is it not all stoppages? Man down. But I guess 5 at welterweight. 5. All stoppages, but you don't like that. You don't like Bud Crawford like that because he's not on the other side of the street. I don't get that. I don't understand that. It's like, look, man, these guys saying it's strap season, they want to be the best, but they refusing to fight the best. This man had offers. He stepped to the dude. Dude said he had 4 fights lined up. Didn't mention that he even wanted to fight. Right? No energy that he even wanted to make the fight happen. All right. And people bring that up. But why don't they bring up the fact that this man been pushing for that fight this whole time, Bud Crawford, and even showed up at the fight. And this man, I don't know why I came to my fight. Like, man, like, come on, Earl, man.
Chickens.
Like, man, come on, Earl. Yeah, like, come on, Earl. Like,
he ain't called nobody out.
Right. He said, you know why? Because Manny might be off the table.
Yeah, but there was somebody sitting in the stands that's right on deck waiting.
Right. But yet, after the accident, he said he'll fight anybody. I fight anybody, man. Pacquiao. I fight Crawford. But then when Manny's off the table, the second name right there in the arena, and you talking about your farm. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, the proof is in the pudding, y'all. It's right there for you to see. And I get it. Hey, man, from a business aspect, this dude, like, probably had some fights lined up. He got everything lined up the way he want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But then where is his team to step in front of him and take the heat for him?
They ain't trying to take the heat for that shit. You crazy?
Well, hey, somebody got you. What you paying him for? You know what I'm saying? He got to have a manager. You know, I know as an advisor, I know Heyman, he don't come out. So, hey, man, that's his game. That's what he do. I'm not trying to knock the man's hustle and what he do, because whatever he's doing, he must be doing okay at it. But what I'm saying is, why don't he have a representative go out there? You know what I mean? Like a Ellerby. You know, who I gotta give it to Ellerby. He be saying some horse shit, but he be taking heat for the team. You know what I mean? Take some heat off your fighter. I don't get how boxing's ran today, man. I just don't understand it. You got 2 dudes in the same division. One's a pound for pound best in the world, you know, arguably in top 3. You know what I mean? If you want to argue it, he's still in the top 3. And he can't get a shot in the welterweight division?
Had no name.
For 2 years? Something
rough
fucked up
out
in the game, man. Something fucked up in the game. And everybody who want to fight him talking about money, that means they know that they need to cash out. It's a good chance they might be cashing out. That tells you everything you need to know. Whether they're being told that or whether their conscience is like, yeah, you better cash out on this one. I'm gonna need 10 million if you're gonna put your hands on me. It's like what people used to say about Mike Tyson. Well, if
for my pain and suffering. Right.
If you give me a cool meal, I might get in there with Mike. That's what they doing, and they professional fighters.
That cool meal, that's for your hospital bills. You better ask for a little bit more. Mike was putting motherfuckers in there.
Yeah, but at that time, a meal took you a little further. And on top of that, people didn't really grasp the concept of it. They just say $1 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm a millionaire. You know what I mean? It was all in fun. Give me a meal, I'll get in there with Mike. But that's what these guys saying is, overpay me, I'll get in there with him.
Yeah.
You know, 60-40. Where was the 60-40 when he fought Mikey? Where was the 60-40 when he fought fucking Sean Porter? And what did these dudes do that Bud didn't do? You mean to tell me that they were more accomplished than Bud Crawford?
Hell no.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I can't wrap my head around this whole argument. I really can't. And like I said, man, when I started doing some research on the pay, one saying this and then one saying that, one's the latter. And you know, that's why I don't go by I stopped going by like articles because none of them shits is real. You don't know what's what, and you could sit there and call somebody credible. But let's just be real. To get these interviews and to get this information, these people can't say certain things to certain people. Otherwise, they're not going to have access to these people. So when people pulling up articles and all this shit, don't buy it, man, because I see contradicted. I must have seen about 10 different contradicting articles yesterday on what these guys is getting paid and what's going on. And I don't buy it. Narratives and it's okay. I'm gonna take this one because this one fits my narrative. I'm not gonna post this one up. Or if you got a martyr machine that drops a link to some more information, we ain't gonna show that. We're gonna conveniently skip over that shit because that's saying something different. So I mean, that's what you dealing with. You just dealing with people shying away from it. I just love the sport. I want to watch the sport. I want to see the best fight the best. I ain't got nothing against Earl, but I'm not feeling the energy that he putting out. I haven't been of late. You know what I mean? I do giving big ups for beating Danny Garcia. I do feel that Danny was attempting to cherry pick Earl Spence and got outboxed. I picked Earl to win by UD, and it's prior and after. But I didn't want to make a pick because I didn't know what Earl we was looking at. But we certainly got a good case of what we looking at from Danny Garcia from here on in.
Oh yeah, Danny's not beating no top fighters at motherfucking 47. Anyone who got a belt, he ain't beating.
And that was probably his cash out fight right there. I wonder if he's gonna be knocking on Bud's door now.
Hell no.
Hey. Yo, come on, baby. If you get that 3. yo, come on, man. No, that's good. That's good. But come on, man. He said, "Oh, I fought him for free in the amateurs." That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, man, you don't get paid in the Emmy.
Like it was his choice.
Shit, you trying to come up. You don't get paid in the Emmys.
Right, but if these dudes is making buku money, good for them. I mean, I'm glad that these guys is making the money that they deserve. They out there risking their tails, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying the proof is in the pudding. If you want to outprice yourself and overprice yourself, then you putting yourself in danger. You know what I mean? If you asking for ridiculous amounts of money to fight one guy, that dude must got some shit that you ain't talking about. You know what I mean? I fight this dude for 5. I fight Manny for 5, but I'm gonna need 10 to fight Bud Crawford. Is that not the truth though? And that's the other thing. That's why channels don't grow, because when they do push the truth and it don't fit the narrative that people don't want to see or want to hear, what happens is they ain't gonna blow. Those reporters, they ain't gonna get the big interviews. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking to that motherfucker. He gonna ask me real questions. And
I can do interviews because motherfuckers that hate my ass.
Right. You'll do one interview and they be like, don't ever let this dude in the building. Don't ever let this motherfucker come around. You know what I mean?
Burn his badge. You see his name on the list, burn it.
Right. I mean, I'm like, how do you discredit this man's accolades and pretend like that didn't happen? So I don't care about his past 5 titles. What did he do in the welterweight division other than be the champion, take his belt, and defend his championship and knock everybody out?
And in the process, he's calling out the other champions. What more do you want this motherfucker to do?
What more do you want from a fighter?
He's doing what a fighter should be fucking doing.
Right. From a fight fan perspective, what more do you want from a fighter?
He's got to fight Porter. Why are we even talking this?
Yeah, he got to fight Porter. Porter is on the list. He's got this friendship shit. This shit's got to end.
Yeah, it's got to stop.
I don't care if you want. Why would he want to? Why should he fight Manny Pacquiao? He should fight Porter. you know, but Earl, you know, Earl deserves that shot. Earl, I can understand why he don't want to fight Bud. He want to fight Manny Pacquiao. I can understand why Earl don't want to fight Bud. He got 10 to his business at home. He wants to rest. He wants to hook up the fun. Like, it's like, come on, man. You see, the narrative is there. You know, it's there, man. It's like, yo, man, the people want to see it. The money's there. Fuck it, 50-50. This goes to Bud too, 50-50, man. But if somebody says 60-40 to me, I'm going to respond and say 60-40. And at what point do I say, damn, motherfucker, I'm at your fight. What more could I do? And you go like, nah, man, I'm going to do this. Man, what's the point, man? I'm going to start myself and go to 135, man. Like, fuck it. It's been 2 years now.
Got to jump in the ring on his ass and swing on him.
Yeah. You know,
and they'll still find a reason not to fight. Like, he's just having a bad day, but he just took a swing at you. Hey, he'll walk it off.
Then they tried it, then they tried to Nancy Kerrigan that motherfucker when he left.
Tried to crowbar his legs.
It ran up on him. This motherfucker had him try to Nancy Kerrigan that motherfucker. They was gonna Tanya Hardin that motherfucker. Like, nah, man, you can't beat Earl. You can't fight Earl. Did that happen or did that not happen? Like, come on, man. Like, is it that serious? Like, man, damn, y'all don't want, you know, if I was Bud, I probably would have said the same shit. Like, man, I can't even walk out the arena. I can't enjoy a fight. I can't say, yo, I would love to make this fight happen. Nah, man, you can't do that shit. It's like, man, what the fuck is this world coming to? Man, I'm just walking with my family and
this shit.
Yeah, if I got motherfuckers trying to jump me, you're like, man, get the fuck up out of here. Get out my city. You're like, what? Man, that's like motherfuckers like running up on football players. You know, they coming, nah, man, you can't come here. You know what I'm saying? That's like Pitt running up on Kansas City players and shit. Pittsburgh fans like, nah, man, you can't leave. You know what I'm saying? You should have never came and shit. It's like, don't get me wrong. I know the fans be in their emotions. They be scrapping with each other. But you don't run up on the players, man. That's what it's there for, the competition. The competition is competing, man. It's supposed to be in fun. These dudes are risking it to let us enjoy these fights and make it work. And don't get me wrong, man. Earl Spence has done his thing in the welterweight division. But when there's a guy lingering there, it's the pound-for-pound champ for 2 years. And you got always something else going on, man. That's a problem. That's a problem for a fight fan. You know what I mean? That's a problem for a fight fan. A fight fan going to want to see these motherfuckers get in there and mix it up. That's what we are, right? Fight fans. And you wonder why boxing ain't as big as it once was, because the casual fans ain't that interested in it, because the big fights don't happen till it's close to worthless. They wait to the last minute.
And this is one of the biggest fights that could be made, if not the biggest one besides AJ and motherfucking Fury and shit.
Come on, man. Man down, Earl. Come on. Strap season.
Nah, fuck the man down, man. Man ups. Get your ass to the motherfucking ring, nigga.
Man. Because this what Bud's doing. He icing people. I mean, he got the ref like, woo. He put in this late. He's a tiger. Come on, y'all, man. This is the number one bullshit right here with boxing. And the casual fans is what makes the fight so big, man. That's a fact. You know, the casual fans tuning in, whether hating or loving the fighter on the other side, you know what I mean? They're the ones that bring it in. Ooh, Mayweather's fighting. Ooh, Pacquiao's fighting. You know, and how did them guys get those accolades? What brought people to watch them perform? The people they fought. The buzz around the fights that they were doing. You know, becoming legends in a early part of their career. Fucking Manny Pacquiao fighting Barrera, Morales. Like, like fighting all those guys,
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Floyd fighting Corrales when he was undefeated and taking on all the people that he took on, in the early part of his career, to say, yeah, I could pick and choose who I fight later here now because people can't stand me. He played it his role, Manny played it his role. They got together and the fight made sense. Probably not at the time it happened, but people were still like, yeah, we still gotta see this shit.
Oh yeah, they was gonna pay to see that shit.
Yeah, they're like, finally we got it. But why wait this long, man? Why wait this long? What's going on, Rapstar?
What up with it, bro? What's happening, mate?
Chilling, man. Just talking about this whole situation, man. I just don't understand it. How can a man with accolades and being labeled the pound for pound champ not get a shot at any of the big names without them trying to price themselves out? And why are they trying to price themselves out for the fight? Because everybody is going to tune into it, so their upside in pay-per-view is going to be skyrocketing. Everyone going to tune into it. So why try to sit there and argue over 60-40 back and forth when the money is there for both fighters? Is there really an A side in this? Because when it comes to accolades, you got to give it to Bud. When it comes to hometown favorites and I'm going to bring these motherfuckers that's going to come out for me, you got to give that to Earl. When it comes to a compliment, you got to give that to Bud. You know what I mean? When it comes to Twitter, you got to give that to, Earl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that shit to Tank, nigga.
You're going to bring the people out. He going to bring casuals there too. You know what I mean? And Bud going to bring the hardcore fans. And the matchup itself is what's going to sell. Not either fighter. It's going to put it in the 500 range. Guaranteed. You know what I mean? So the money going to be there. I think it's going to pull almost a Manny fight. I truly believe that matchup within itself will pull 500K.
If they have fans at the fight, shit, you best believe they gonna pay top dollar because it's gonna be limited seats.
Right, and that's
they coming to see that fight.
That's the other thing about the article, man. AT&T Stadium, we got 11,000 seats, sold out 16,000 seats. I said, wait, now this don't make no sense. 50 to $5,000 seating arrangements. Then another one, $70 to $7,000 seat arrangements. I'm like, which is which? What's true, what's not? So these articles are full of shit. 1.5 guaranteed to Earl Spence. $10 million guaranteed to Earl Spence. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? I don't know, man. So these articles, man, I can't hold them. You can't say that they're dependable articles.
10 million guaranteed from where?
I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Because it did what? 250. So you're talking about pay-per-view, you're talking that's 18 mil. Right? 10% of the pay-per-view go directly to the networks. All right. So that's off the bat. 45% goes directly to the carrier, right? And then 45% goes to promoter. That leaves you about 8 million for just the promoter. Now, ticket sales, I couldn't keep track of that because it was all over the place.
Well,
so
they make $10 million somehow.
Yeah. And then I guess Danny supposedly made 5, but then only made guaranteed 1 and probably came off with about 2 at the end of the fight. But in another one, he made about 5, maybe 6 mil. So I mean, I don't know. So maybe somewhere in the middle, y'all.
So if it's somewhere maybe in the middle, what was wrong with the 3 mil to fight Bud Crawford?
Exactly.
What was so wrong with the 3 mil? At least that was guaranteed. You had to scramble and hope for numbers to do good to get that shit.
Right. And it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. And that's what I'm saying about these guys saying, if why am I cashing out to fight this guy? Because I know this guy is going to be a problem. You know what I mean?
But Spence is the savage, though, man. You ain't
Right,
get no more bread than that.
right.
Hey,
But
I mean, let me know when I can speak. One,
oh,
two.
go
But
ahead.
yeah, you're making a lot of sense, bro. Go ahead. Can I speak?
Go ahead. You can speak now. Yeah.
Look, 1, 2,
Say your
man.
piece.
Yo, 1, 2, man. I like how you roll, but you know, I mean, you know boxing. I spoke to you before, and I know you know boxing, and I get what you're saying. As a fan, we want to see these fights, and as a fan, we're sick of being sold short. You know what I mean? I mean, when you sell a boxing fan short for what he's supposed to be watching, it's like you know what, Hugo Boss, Parada, Gucci. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what your label does. That's what Terence Crawford and Errol Spence's label does as one of the best labels. It's like they're the best boys of our era, right? So we don't want to be sold Walmart. You can't be you putting a dancing partner in there, which is not helping the situation for the fighter. Now, let me ask you something, 1, 2. The difference is, I think when I came up as a kid, what's the most prestige belt in boxing right now?
Then
What's the most
or
prestige
now?
right now? What's the most prestige belts?
You know, I honestly can't say because back then it was the WBC, but now the fuckery behind the WBC got
big
me.
shit show with that belt.
Yeah, man, like it's horse shit. Like, come on, man. It's a. I don't get it. Like, I don't get the whole franchise thing. Okay, it's a status. Now it's transferable, but you still don't have to fight the mandatories. But you get the first shot at the staff. But you know, I don't get it. They just change it as it goes, and I'm like, no consistency is. I'm against that because I think that hurts the guys coming up.
So we know that the WBC was the most prestige belts from years ago, but
Yeah.
as of now, all the belts, as long as you got a belt, you're a world champion. It seems to be like that. But Errol Spence does have the IBF and
Yeah.
the WBC, right?
Right.
Now, if we look at 2 belts, he's got 2. He's a unified world champion. If he's bringing 2 belts to the table, and Terence Crawford is bringing his 1 belt, if you can see it just from that point of view, does Errol Spence deserve a little bit more?
You said if I could see it from that point of view, then
Yeah, where a
I would
man's a
agree.
unified world champion in the last 2 years, because we
Right.
got to go by what's happening in the last 2 years in the welterweight, right?
No, we can't. That's
No?
to me, that's horseshit. You know why?
Tell me
Then
why.
if that's the case, then why was Canelo getting more money than Kovalev? What did he do at the 175 division? Did he have a title?
I think Canelo's a guy who's been fighting consistent champions in different weights,
Well,
right?
yeah, like
And he's been
undisputed,
fighting opposition,
like
champion after champion in the 1, 2, 3
like
rankings.
undisputed, like 5-time world champion.
Yeah, but we got to look at this.
Oh, okay.
We do need to look at it this way. As hardcore fans, when's the last time Terence Crawford, when he did what he did with Victor Postol and what he did with Julius Ndango? Has been a while, though. I mean, we're not saying that Terence Crawford isn't a freeweight world champion. We're saying that Terence Crawford is definitely a freeweight world champion, but we got to look at when was he relevant in that time. And in the last 2 years,
He's still relevant.
In the last 2 years, Errol Spence has been fighting consistent opposition at a higher ranking level to win the 2 world titles. But now, if he's got, let's be honest, in the history of the sport, if you've been fighting your weight and you've been winning consistently with higher opposition, and you've got 2 belts, you do, in history of the sport, you are definitely going to get the A side because of your unified championship.
Are you counting Mikey Garcia as a top victory for him too? I'm just curious.
Was an unbeaten fighter, right? And Mikey Garcia was a 3-weight world champion.
And his first fight at 47, and he got 50-50.
No, it was Mikey
No,
Garcia.
no,
Was,
no, 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 no. It was 50-50.
Mikey Garcia moved up after fighting Adrian Broner.
Yeah,
And he
that was at 40. He never fought at 47, is what I'm saying.
No, that's why he went up to try and prove a point. Remember?
Yeah, but was that point worth 50-50? With his accolades compared to Bud's accolades, was that worth 50-50? Bud's undefeated.
At the
Bud's
time when,
undisputed.
give me a second. At the time when Errol fought Mikey Garcia, he had one title.
Who, Mikey? Or you talking about Spence?
Mikey had his own accolades. Errol Spence had one title.
Yeah, and then he went on in his next fight to fight to a decision with
Sean
Jesse
Porter.
Vargas. You know,
You said he had one title at what, 47?
No, Errol Spence
had one title when he fought Mike.
It doesn't even matter if he had two. He still brought up a little guy. How did he earn 50-50?
Who's that?
Mikey Garcia.
So
how did he earn it?
Let me no, but here's a point then, Rapstar.
Yeah.
Okay, so but Mikey came up, you said he fought Broner, and moved up, fought Earl Spence to prove his point, had his accolades right. What did Mikey bring to the table? Did he have a title?
No, Mikey Garcia's coming up in weight.
Did he have a key victory at 47? No, that was his first fight at 47.
No, that was his first fight. But like I said, Errol Spence took the challenge and he actually bring Mikey brings kind of like a country together, right? So he bring that to the table. He bring a whole bunch of fan base and he bring an unbeaten record. But Errol Spence was he only had one title. When Errol Spence then fought Sean Porter, he became a unified champion.
Right. He became a unified champion.
Yeah. So I'm saying
Mikey,
his position has changed since the Mikey Garcia time to where he is today. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, I thought it was strap season.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is, this dude got
right,
but this man got a strap too. Mikey didn't have a strap, and he got better accolades than Earl Spence.
Who does?
By multiple. Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford has better accolades than Mikey. He was undisputed at 140. Undisputed, 4 titles. All right. Is he bringing them titles up? No, but does that mean that he didn't win them? We're just gonna erase that shit when he comes to the welterweight division. Why didn't we erase that shit with every other fighter then? Why is it we can apply that only to Bud?
I think personally what we got to look at is Bud Crawford is getting a lot of accolade for what he's done 3 years ago. We also got to remember that he's a pound for pound in the rankings because of what he's done a few years ago, right?
What
have you done? Let's be honest. I love what Bud Crawford brings to the table. He's a switch hitter. He's got a lot of talent. But what have you done for me lately?
Stoppages?
Stop the last. What, he stopped the last 8-5 in the welterweight?
Yeah, but if we want to go by them opponents that he stopped, they're not.
He's fighting who's available.
He's fighting his mandatories. And the PBC people are telling him to fight.
Was a voluntary. Amir Khan was a voluntary.
Right. And who did
come on, you know I'm hardcore.
Who told, right. Okay, you hardcore. So if you so hardcore, who told him to fight Amir Khan if he wanted a shot?
Because Amir Khan and Bud Crawford, it was a more of a like trying to take that kind of like Amir Khan's popularity with that fight.
Right, but who told him to fight him? Why are you avoiding that?
You got to appreciate Amir Khan was 4 years gone since he was ever relevant, since he ever fought Crawford.
But who told him to fight Amir Khan?
Who, Bud Crawford?
Yeah.
What do you mean, who told him?
Who told him, why don't you fight Amir Khan, then maybe we can make a fight happen?
Bob Arum put him into that fight.
No. Keith Thurman told him to fight Amir Khan. Who told him to get a strap?
Why would Keith Thurman told him to fight Amir Khan when Amir Khan was relevant? Not after coming off of a knockout loss with Canelo. It was all to do with when Amir Khan wasn't damaged like that. It was when Amir Khan was more in his time of before the Canelo
Okay,
fight.
so have you ever
it's just going to go in a circle, man.
Yo,
Like,
No, but we got to keep it real, though, bro. Because
right? Have you
Amir
ever
Khan,
seen
when
Amir
Keith
Khan
Thurman was calling
outbox?
it, Amir Khan, when Keith Thurman was talking about, was the Amir Khan when he was coming off of a good momentum, not when he was coming off of a damaged loss from Canelo.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
Jesus
timestamp that
Christ.
It's
shit.
true,
I mean,
though, bro.
it just sounds like
I mean, it's
mean,
going to go.
okay, let me ask you
He's
this
going to
one
fight
too, Kev.
Porter,
Let me
and
ask
then
you
you're going
this
to come
one
back
too.
with the same argument about like, oh, well, he fought him when he was already damaged.
Yeah, but
good.
I've got no horse in this race because look, I got to look at it this way: a man like Errol Spence has been fighting more higher opposition at the last 2 years, and Errol Spence has unified his belt. So you got to give Errol Spence something for bringing 2 titles to the table. It's always been that way. A man's bringing a unified 2 titles, and another man's bringing 1 title and accolade of saying what he was at another weight, which was below. So now
And
we
Bud
know
wasn't
that
trying to unify.
Bud Crawford can, if he wants to be great and he wants to be the number 1 man in the welterweight division, he can give a little bit away to take over the division.
hey, man, according to pound for pound, he the number 1 in the world.
That's only
So,
to
so if
ESPN.
Earl,
Hey, 1-2 kid. That's only to ESPN.
okay,
If you look
so
at Ring
what-
Magazine, you
if
look at
Ring
you look
Magazine-
at many other governing bodies, and you look at other platforms. It's only ESPN have a tie with Bob Arum.
Okay,
ESPN is in Bob Arum's what's it called, interest.
To make my point, is Bud Crawford ranked in the other ones above Earl Spence?
Not after Errol beat Danny Garcia. They've changed it now. Some of those platforms, some of those organizations have put Errol ahead of
Wasn't
Spence
ranked ahead at one time on the ESPN rankings?
What?
Now Errol Spence is in the pound for pound rankings in other organizations ahead of Terence Crawford after the Danny Garcia win.
So what do
fuck
you
out of here? What they drinking?
What do you suggest this man do if nobody wants to fight him?
I don't know if nobody wants to fight him. I think Bob Arum Corporation is not helping Bud Crawford in getting these fights, and we need to recognize that Bob Arum is not making much. Like he doesn't make much of Terence Crawford himself. So what we're looking at from the outside looking,
you can't blame Arum. Listen to the goddamn fighters themselves. The motherfuckers ain't trying to do shit. One wants to be Farmer Joe with chickens and fucking horses.
All right, did Bob Arum make the Wilder Tyson Fury fight with PBC?
I think that was a joint promotion.
Joint promotion.
Let me tell you who that promotion was with. If you really want to get through it, go and read it on Google. Have you heard of a company called MTK?
Yeah.
MTK put that fight together. MTK was the management company, and we know who runs that. They've got ties with Al Heyman. They're just as big as Al Heyman in what they're doing through England and Europe. They're big boys. MTK got big relationship with Al Heyman.
Okay, so where's MTK now?
MTK still in the back.
I mean, where are they for this fight?
MIA.
Because they got ties with who? All right.
Al Heyman.
It's the Al Heyman.
Yeah.
All right.
But
you just shot yourself in the foot.
No, I'm telling you straight. I'm not shooting myself. Now I'm going to speak more facts. Let's put it this way, right? Terence Crawford has got no ties to the MTK. Tyson Fury had all the ties with the MTK. And Tyson Fury has all the management is MTK. They could take over the whole negotiation deal without Frank Warren and Bob Arum. They have the interest of their fighter, Tyson Fury. And they're the people which were getting the money through the Saudi Arabians for more than 100 million for Tyson Fury fight with Anthony Joshua when just before the pandemic. That's who MTK is. They got ties in Saudi Arabia as well. And I know you know who MTK is because you know who runs behind MTK, one of the biggest organizations. And I think you know who that is, right?
Are you talking about the guy that had to step away from the company?
Yes. He had to step away through political reasons. Right? Now, what my problem is with Crawford, he is a talent. He's the real deal. I'm not saying he ain't. I'm saying what's happening with him being around the Bob Arum corporation is not helping him make a fight through the Al Heyman PBC camp. What I think needs to happen, he needs to get rid of Bob Arum. I think if he got 9 months left. I'm reading right now, 1-2 kid. I'm reading. He's got 9.5 months left on the contract.
That's the case, though, if that's the case, if it's Bob Arum, right, that ain't putting up the top money rank. or top rank that ain't putting up this, you know what I mean? Do you think it's clear that he's willing to work with?
Yeah, he's willing to work
with the PBC.
Yeah, he's willing
to
work.
So why hasn't the PBC made an offer?
I think what it is, right? I think this has become a point, yeah, that I think the whole boxing world can see it from the outside in. Al Heyman fighters, when it comes to, he owns the welterweight division right now. Eddie Hearn said it himself last week. He said Al Heyman has the strongest division when it comes to the welterweight. Now, if you want the fight, it doesn't seem like Bob Arum can offer that deal, what they're looking for, because ESPN have 15.7 million subscribers, right? Fox PBC have 81.9, so they have 82 million subscribers. So if Fox PBC take over the fight, they got to get rid of ESPN, and they're not willing to do that because ESPN is the money man for Bob Arum and Terence Crawford. Now it comes down to how they're going to put this fight together. Now, if they put this as a joint promotion, have you ever seen a promotion with ESPN and Fox Sports in America together yet? I haven't. Have you?
No.
So I'm watching on the outside in. Now, the only way they can do this is if you let Al Heyman take control. And Bob Arum, Bob Arum's an old school gangster in this sport. He ain't letting no motherfucking Al Heyman take care of it, the whole purse. He ain't going to do it. He going to want a piece of that action.
Okay, real quick though, what you were talking about with the subscriber count or whatnot, that you got to realize they're factoring in
on the
3 different apps with that.
With people last month, so I had to get all my facts together.
Yeah, if ESPN were to like include the SEC network and all these other apps that people are like subliminally paying for while buying this, then yeah, we could say that. But no, you're including like Showtime, PBC, Fox Sports 1, like you're including a lot in that.
Well, what I'm saying is Fox can get to many, many more homes than ESPN. But ESPN is the #1 boxing channel in America too. And so it's kind of like, I think it's politics. I think the politics is the people behind it. Errol Spence will fight and Terence Crawford, they will fight. They're fighters. They want the fight. It's just what goes in between them and what's getting offered. Now, if Errol Spence getting offered all these better deals and they're saying, look, this is what you're going to get out of the fight. He's saying, well, I'm not going to cut myself short. I'm going to give you 40%. Now, do you think when Terence Crawford hears 40%, it gets to his ego? I don't blame Crawford either. Crawford's like, well, fuck you. I've been fighting 2 different weights. I've cleaned up the division. I've come to 147. And now you better give me my chance and give me 50-50. Now, there's an ego thing there. Like, look, Crawford's got his own thing too.
So like, what you're saying is a pissing match.
I'm
all
saying
the way around.
Fans need the fight, 1-2 kid. We want the fight, but the politics is playing us out.
Oh yeah, that was the point that I was making. And you know the fucked up thing about it is it fucking like how does this not? You got these 2 guys in the same fucking division, both hot commodities, but it ain't happening.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh. You know what I mean? But then you got these powers to be, right? That don't want to make it work for this reason or for that reason. You know what I mean? Because they want control. They want control, and the fighters want control. So it turns into a pissing match. You know what I mean? Of I'm this, I'm that. But the fact of the matter is, they so greedy that they don't realize it's all there for the taking. The matchup itself is going to make buku money. Ain't nothing wrong with splitting the promotion. Ain't nothing wrong with making it to come into some sort of conclusion and just putting your ego aside to make this shit work. You know what I mean? But be fair in the process.
You know what? you're right about that. You need to be fair, but it also reminds me of the times in the 80s, early 80s, when Marvin Hagler was the name and Sugar Ray Leonard retired and he wanted to come back. And there was a bit of egos there. We know that these two were the best of that era, and they had to make that fight come back together, and that they got that fight for the fans. And it's like an era of the Marvin Hagler and the Sugar Ray Leonard today. But these guys are more spoiled today than what they were then. These guys here today, they come from such these numbers, computer numbers, and all this shit.
You know what's funny about that you brought that up? A lot of people bring up all the time.
No.
You good, Charles?
Oh, my fault. I'm trying to walk this fucking dog. This bitch won't shit.
It's funny that you brought that up though, Rapstar, because a lot of people blame Floyd for a lot of the shit that happens in boxing. But I'm like, man, some of that shit started with Sugar Ray ass too. He brought all them people out and said, I got a big announcement to make. Everybody showed up, even Hagler, and he was like, I know y'all want this fight. Got them all up, and he was like, and I know y'all want me to come back. And they like, yeah. And he was like, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, you motherfucker. I remember that shit. And then he finally did, but he just let it build and build and build and build and build. But that type of shit right there, like, man, it's like, I don't know why he held the shit, but it's just to bring people up and let them down and say it's not going to happen. And I hope that ain't what these motherfuckers is trying to do, but I do want the fight to happen because I want to see it go. Like, I'll put it like this. They both giving them a pass for fighting, giving Earl a pass for saying he want to fight Manny Pacquiao. But nobody gave Bud a pass for not fighting Sean Porter when that's what he was trying to do. He was actually in negotiations to make that fight happen.
Is Sean Porter the mandatory challenger for the WBO? Is he the mandatory challenger now?
Probably now. Maybe.
So what's Terence Crawford saying? Is he going to fight his mandatory, or is he trying to get the Pacquiao fight first?
Well, I don't think he's trying to get the Pacquiao fight anymore because Pacquiao talked about he might be fighting Mikey. So
I'll tell you something, 1-2 kid, before I leave the building. Thanks for having me anyway. I really appreciate you having everybody's opinions, and we can talk as men, as real men. But I will say this to you. If Terence Crawford does take this mandatory, and this is me saying this to the boxing world right now on your channel, and he beats Crawford, he beats Sean Porter, then they got nothing to say after that. They will have to shut up after that. The fans will have to demand the fight more because, let's be honest, Porter is 100% proven welterweight. He's a relentless pressure fighter. And if he puts a dent in Porter, I'll be the first one pushing for that 50-50 because now the man's fighting elite opponents and putting holes in them. You know what I mean?
But when it comes to Sean Porter, I understand what you're saying. But when it comes to Sean Porter, when he had the title, he wasn't talking about Bud.
But we're talking about going forward now. How do we go forward now, right?
Okay, if we're going forward now, I'll put it like this. Here we go right here. If Manny talking about fighting Mikey, and they both sides talking about, well, he want to fight Pacquiao. There's a chance that they may not have Pacquiao in their sights at that moment. Now, he got a fight lined up. There's a unification right there. Right there. They did the poll on the people, on the boxing fans and the casuals. 53% said out of all these opponents that these guys could have, this is the fight that they want to see. So the money's there. Who's got
the money?
The people got the money. How they distribute it is entirely up to them. If they give up the pissing match and they say, okay, let's just shoot this shit down the middle, the fight will happen. Easy breezy.
It just depends. Look, if Terence Crawford's 33 years old, right? He's 33. He's not getting any younger. If he wants to take over the welterweight division, give a little bit. Give a little bit to take over the greatness. At the end of the day, If he wants 50-50, he wants 60-40. If the PBC and Al Heyman and Errol Spence is offering 40-60, I mean, Terence Crawford will, on the upside, make a lot of money on the pay-per-view. Now, I know what you're saying. It should be 50-50 in the middle, but some people don't look at it that way. They say that Errol Spence is bringing more metal to the table. He's been a unified champion, Bud. You've done everything 3 years ago. So come and take over then. If you think you're great, take a little bit less and take over the division.
I get what you're saying, but I just
Come on,
can't.
I mean, there's
I
nothing
can't
wrong
just
in that.
erase accolades and pretend like if that was the case, you know, Manny he got beat by a horn, but did it affect him with all his accolades? Did
No,
that
but look at the
affect him?
accolades that Bud
And he's
Crawford-
only getting older. Did that affect him? Did he have to take a hit to fight Keith Thurman?
Yeah, but let's keep
He
it real.
he made more money than Thurman.
Yeah, but let's keep this shit real too.
That is real.
Terence Crawford is holding on to Manny's downfall in Australia, and Terence Crawford took over on the Jeff Horn fight, and that's what he's holding on to in coming into the 147 division. So if you want to keep it real, we're not saying Terence Crawford ain't a great fighter, but we're saying what he's holding ain't better than what Errol Spence is holding right now. We're talking about right now.
Oh man.
Come
Right
on,
now.
man. You got to keep
All right.
that real. We got
Well,
to keep that
I mean,
real, bro.
does it matter how many titles somebody won in the division today to when they did last year? I mean, honestly, I mean, if a guy, look, to me as a boxing fan, if a guy's saying it's strap season and another guy is known for being strap season, for unifying all the fucking belts, and he's got a belt and he's attempting to do that, and he's making offers and he's pushing for the fight, and his promoter, who everybody got a problem with, has made offers. These guys have never made an offer to him. These guys don't want the fight. They keep talking away from the fight. I mean, it just comes to the point where, okay, well, you got to take a loss if you want to do this. You know what I mean? Oh, well, you got to fight this guy. Oh, well, you got to get a belt. At what point, what more does this dude got to give, and how much more does he got to take to say, let's go?
Let me ask you this one, too. I'm just checking the financial records. Bob Arum and Terence Crawford gave Amir Khan 7.2 fucking million to fight him.
Yep.
Now answer me this question, bro. If you're giving 7 million to fucking washed up Amir Khan, why not pay Keith Thurman 7-8 million to fight you, so that you can make a whole new name off of, like, you can take over the Keith Thurman time. Like, just say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do to Keith Thurman. He's a more relevant fighter in today's generation than Amir Khan.
Well, then why don't you ask?
Why the fuck did
they
pay Amir Khan
if that's
that
the
kind
case,
of money, bro?
if that's the case, if that's the case, why isn't Earl Spence and his team paying fucking Keith Thurman $8 million to fight him?
Well, because right now Errol Spence just come out to fight with Danny Garcia.
No, I'm saying, and how much did he get? Did he get $8 million?
Danny Garcia's. They're saying that Danny Garcia.
They're saying
close to 5 million after the
close
upside of
the
pay-per-view.
After the
money that
pay-per-view,
he's got as the 1 point something million walking in.
Okay,
they reckon that it could be about 5 million he's getting.
Yeah, but which one do you believe? Because he had supposedly he had
That's
a $5 million. He had a $4 to $5 million guarantee in another article. And then he had a $1 million guarantee in an article. And if he was offered $3 million plus a pay-per-view upside with Bud Crawford, why would he fight for that and not fight this guy? That's where I go back to the same point that I made before. Why, if I'm offered more money to fight another person, if it's about business, why would I not fight this guy? Is it because a pissing match, like you said, his advisor tells him this? Or is it my conscience saying, no, I got to cash out?
Bro, I think it's more.
I don't know, man.
Okay, look, I come from England. Frank Warren, I've been watching Frank Warren since I was a little kid. Eddie Hearn, who's Barry Hearn's son, has come in the last years, in the 10 years of taking storm of his own stables. Now, when you look at England, it's the same fucking shit going on. Like the PBC and the Top Rank. The Frank Warren fighters are fighting within their stables and fighting fighters within the Bob Rank stables and fighting fighters with people in the Southlands in Europe and these MTK stables. Eddie Hearn has relationship with the MTKs, and the Al Heyman. He has relationship with Al Heyman and DAZN and Golden Boy. So you look at the same fucking shits happening here and there.
But you look at this.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying, but
major fights are not
you gotta
happening
be
because of joint promotions. They're not sharing the money.
But I'm looking for some consistency in your opinion, because look at this. What did Garcia done at 147? Who got beat? I mean, who has he beat since 140?
Who's this?
Garcia.
Which
Ayob
Garcia?
dropped it. You know what I mean?
Which Garcia are we talking about? Danny Garcia?
I have. Does
Yes.
it matter?
So
though?
Danny Garcia hasn't done much at 147. He's only beaten Andrea Guerrero and a couple other guys, yeah. But when it comes to stepping up, he lost those fights. And he looked good in one of those fights with Sean Porter. It could have gone either way. He could have gone either way.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think like this dude is literally, they locking the door. They locking the back door for this dude. They don't want this guy.
So what are you guys saying then? What are you guys saying that Terence Crawford deserves more than the whole purse? He deserves more?
No, I think he deserves 50-50.
So you say that he deserves 50-50?
You damn right.
I don't think the fight's going to happen then.
Well, then whose fault is that?
I think that Al Heyman and Errol Spence, they're right now in the welterweight, they're holding the keys. Like they're the bigger draw. And the problem is, you've got a guy, right? You've got a guy with a management and promotion team which is holding the stronger part of the welterweight division. They got the stronger piece of it.
Okay.
And that's facts. That's just facts.
Well, I mean, that's it all in how you look at it, man.
Well, if you got pieces, won't you send some of them pieces over that way to try to knock the nigga off? They ain't sending nobody.
Yeah, shut him up.
Well, he got 9 months. If he can get out of Bob Arum, why would he sign again with Bob Arum if he can't get?
Why would he sign the PBC? Did Spence fight Thurman where he wanted to fight him? You're not guaranteed to fight who you want on PBC side either. So what's the point?
Because that's where all the fighters are in the welterweight division now.
That's where they are, but are they fighting?
Right.
That's cool, but they're there, but are they fighting?
Then you're not going to get no fights. You're going to get washed up fighters now.
Did Thurman get the fight Spence?
No, but Thurman was when Spence was in the PBC camp. Thurman was the dude. He was the guy. Spence.
Yeah, but they on the same side of the street. He told Spence go get a belt. Spence when he got the belt from Brook, what happened? Did he get that fight?
Nobody wanted to fight Errol Spence then. Nobody.
Right.
Why?
Nobody wanted to fight.
Avoiding
right. Why?
Yeah. And why were they avoiding him? Because of what?
Because
you said he was that guy, right? You say because he was that guy. That's the same reason they're avoiding Bud. He's that guy. It don't matter what side of the street he's on. He ain't gonna get no action. You just answered your own question when you said they didn't want to fight Spence because Spence.
Bud has a belt. Bud also has a belt. Spence wasn't a world champion. But with
Spence was a world champion when he. Thurman told him to go get a belt. Thurman told him get a belt. Once he got that belt, Thurman was injury prone like a motherfucker. No fight happening.
Yeah, but
they're on the same side. They're on the same side of the street. Why that fight never happened?
Keep it real here, bro. That Terence Crawford.
It don't get no realer than that.
We do need to keep it real because Terence Crawford, you can win the accolades from Crawford. You can say that he's a WBO champion and he came. You know what I mean? He's got. You know what I mean? He's a two-weight world champion before he came to 147. So he got a much better. You're winning something from Bud. If you beat him, you're winning something.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand.
With Errol Spence, you weren't winning shit. You weren't winning shit when he was coming up because he had nothing to offer. But now he's the man. Errol Spence is the number one welterweight in the world.
But even on the PBC side, up in the when you think about it,
who's the number one welterweight? 1, 2.
Who's the number one welterweight?
Right now.
If he got 2 titles, it would probably be Errol Spence. Yeah.
So if you got to take him off the front, you should be giving him a little bit more on the piece of the cake.
No, because you can't dismiss what this man has done. I mean, isn't that what it's all about? Your credit, who you are, what you've done in your past to get that big money fight. You know what I'm saying?
Before I answer this one, bro,
Oh,
Smash
man.
the like button, man. We're having a great conversation.
I mean, that's horse shit, though, bro. I mean,
Come on, bro.
I
You
can't
gotta
buy
be
with it.
fair here, man.
Yeah, I am
You're
being
not being fair. 1-2.
So let's
dismiss.
dismiss everything Crawford did, and just say, okay, boom. Now he's in the welterweight division, and let's just pretend that none of that shit happened.
He did it in 2017.
Okay, so what did he do to Horn?
What the fuck has Terence Crawford done since then?
He's beaten his mandatories.
Bro, the fucking voluntary with my guy Amir Khan was a
Amir Khan, and who told him? Who told him that he should fight? And who told him? Who told him to fight him,
bro? Let's come on, 1-2. I got a lot of respect for you. You're grown. You look like you're big in the game, right? You know the game. So let's not talk bullshit, bro. There was no.
That isn't bullshit.
There was 1 or 2 mandatories out of 5 fights. The rest were voluntaries, bro.
3.
Come on, 1-2, man.
3 mandatories.
Look,
and 2 volunteers.
Crawford hasn't done shit.
But what I'm trying to say, did Keith Thurman tell him when he was champ, go ahead and fight this guy? And then he gets the fight, he fights the guy, he don't get it.
Yeah, but that was when everybody was relevant. That was when Amir Khan was relevant. When Terence Crawford, by the time he got Amir Khan, he wasn't. That was 1 year too late, bro.
But it's not the point. You can't even say that the man was relevant, because if the Canelo fight didn't happen, you would say that Danny Garcia stopped him. Let's just be honest.
It's not like that, though, man.
It is because you're bringing up all these things, and then when you say, and if Benavidez is such a sucker, and he's such a punk, and he
was not in the game for 15 months,
right? So let's just say
Let's be honest.
So then, how come nobody fought him since then? How come nobody's tried to fight Me Machine yet?
Benavidez,
how come nobody fought these guys? How many fighters have we seen that was undefeated, got washed? Everybody that gets in with Bud Crawford gets washed. They not the same. They not the same after. And when people stop these dudes, when he stops them, he puts an exclamation point on that shit.
Yeah, but every fighter that he stopped and he puts an exclamation mark on, they end up losing anyway afterwards. They're not winning.
Like Benavidez,
bro.
Like
these
Benavidez
fighters that you're talking about are losing fighters. These fighters are going out and they're not doing nothing
like
themselves.
Me Machine. Those guys at the welterweight division.
Amir Khan, Benavidez.
And then when I bring up, because he can't get. What are we talking about? We're talking about the big names avoiding the best fighter in the world. That's what we're doing.
Come on,
that's what we're talking about.
Those names are washed up names, bro.
The guys that he beat,
names, bro.
The guys that he beat, they washed up. Why?
You gotta keep this shit real, man.
They was undefeated till they ran into Bud. Why are they washed up now?
Because by the time that Bud got them, he got them as a business deal, like a monopoly when they're dicing out the game. They're out the game, bro.
If he can, all right, and I'll tell you what. Everybody
on the got no credibility in the game.
Everyone on the PBC side is out the game too.
Bro,
when it comes to
those fighters you're talking about,
want that smoke, man.
Okay, those fighters you're talking about, 1-2, are 2 years irrelevant out the game now. Give me a good fighter in the top 5 rankings, bro.
Yeah, it's like Peterson 2 years ago.
1-2. Can I ask this dude a question real quick?
Look, man, I'm just keeping it real. I'm like,
Mr. Keep It Real.
Show with you, man. I'm not a yes man. I'm keeping it real. I think.
Hey, Mr. Keep It Real. Hey, who do you think is the best win on Errol Spence's resume?
So Errol Spence, right? We got to look.
No, just answer the question, dog. Just answer the question, please.
Look, I'm gonna answer you.
Who is Errol Spence's best win?
Back-to-back wins with Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. Back-to-back.
Hold on. So who is his best win? Just name the fighter.
Well, I've just told you recently, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia.
Okay, so Sean Porter. So Bud just beat the dude that beat Sean Porter.
You're talking about the guy that came after 4 years and 5 years later. You're talking about when. So you want to talk about Kell Brook when he was relevant in 2014.
I'm just asking you the question because everybody make a big deal about Errol Spence's resume, right?
That's 6 years.
People make
too
a big
late,
deal
bro.
about Errol
And
Spence'
let me
resume.
tell you something. You want to talk about Kell Brook? He comes from where I come from. The doctor told him that if
Hey,
you take any more punches to your left eye, you
hey,
might
Kell
go
Brook
blind.
was 100%
So you're
in
talking
there with
about
Bud Crawford.
psychological damage fighter,
100%.
bro. Come
Hey,
on,
bro, let me
man.
talk. Hey, let me talk, man.
They
Let
don't
me
make no
talk, because
sense,
you've been
bro.
up here
You're not
talking.
making no sense with that one, bro.
All right, cool. Hush it
Come
up.
on.
Mute it.
Look,
Mute
6
it real
years.
quick.
No, let me tell you why. 6
Hey,
years
mute it
too
real
late.
quick, dog.
That
Hey,
was
mute
6
it real
years.
quick.
That's 6 years. That's 6 years ago when Kell Brook was relevant.
So you agree with me then? Kell Brook is basically will be the best win for Errol Spence then.
No, that's the best
Because
win
Kell
for
Brook beat
Terence
Sean
Crawford.
Porter.
That's the best resume he's got on Terence Crawford right now. Is Kell Brook.
Right, but I'm just looking at the names
Because
of
you
these
came
fighters
with
that you
the
said
Kell
he
Brook.
beat.
You came with the Kell Brook accolade, so I'm giving you the Kell Brook accolade.
Right, I just want to understand. Make sure you understand we on the same page. Like you act like this dude has been devouring miraculous opponents out here.
What I'm saying though,
He
Kell
beat
Brook,
Danny Garcia. Hold on, he beat Danny. Right, he dominated Danny. Danny's done nothing at 147. Nothing.
but Danny
No,
never
let me
looked
talk.
bad in
Let me
losing
talk.
those fights.
Let me talk.
Danny's a
He
pound.
went. He
When he
went.
lost,
He
when
went
he
life
lost
and
to,
death.
All
He
right,
went
right,
life and
that,
death with the
but you
easy
gotta be
roll.
fair, rap star.
He went life and death with the easy roll. Sean Porter.
all right, can I answer that question?
Shoot.
Danny Garcia was in those fights with Sean Porter and
Doesn't matter. He lost.
it was a
He
split
lost.
decision. Is how
He
you win.
lost.
Okay.
He lost,
You
dog.
want me to answer? You finish and then I'll answer.
Matter of fact,
Okay, tell me when
Danny
you
just
finish
fought
and
the
then I'll
dude.
answer.
Danny
Okay,
just fought the
well,
dude.
Go on.
hold on, Black. Hold
Go
on,
on,
Black.
bro.
Was it
Go on, bro.
wasn't Kell Brook in the fight when he fought Triple G and when he fought Errol Spence? He was in them fights, right?
Yeah, but Kell Brook, when he fought them times 4 years
Oh
ago.
boy, here we go with
Okay,
the
do you
butt
want me to
shit.
answer or shall I not answer? Or do you
I'm
want
just
to talk
saying,
over
same
me?
thing with Sean Porter.
One
They
thing
was
you
in them
gotta
fights. They
realize, you
lost.
can talk all over me or you can let me talk. So you talk and then I'll talk.
I
Bro.
just
Hey,
wanted
bro,
to
you
say,
been
hey,
talking over 1-2 the whole time. I was in the chat. I'm like, man, you ain't even letting man talk.
Hey, look, man, I'm not a yes man. I like 1-2. He's a good dude, bro.
Yeah,
But
but you know what though?
I just
It's a
gotta
wrap.
hey, listen, I got my opinions. You got yours.
Yeah, man. It's fans like you that's fucking up boxing, man. Protecting
Nah,
these
man,
fighters,
it's
bro.
fans like me just trying to
Making
keep it
excuses,
real.
bro. We
Okay,
tired
let
of
me
the
tell
dumb
you why
shit, bro.
let me tell you why you're in your feelings.
We
It's
tired of
fans
the
like
dumb
you.
shit.
Okay, you
This
want me
ain't
to
feelings.
talk?
This is just
Do you want
facts,
to
bro.
talk or do you want me to talk? You want to carry on? And when you're finished, then I'll talk, but don't over talk me.
All right, cool. I'm not done, bro.
All right,
I'll let
carry
you
on.
talk. I was in the chat.
No, I want you to keep cooking and then I'll cook.
Cool.
Go
So
ahead.
it's pussy ass fans that's hurting boxing. You know what I mean? The shit that you talking about, making all of these excuses for Errol Spence, it's sucker shit, dog. It really is. You know what I mean? All of this stuff you want to talk about, NTK and all that. Hey, look, dog. This is the behind AJ and Fury. This is the biggest fight in boxing. You know, and it just seemed like when it comes to Errol Spence, y'all willing to use these other fighters like offensive linemen to protect this dude Errol Spence. Oh, he need to fight this guy now. Oh, he need to fight. Like 1-2 Kid pointed out how he asked you earlier, who was the one that told him to go fight Amir Khan? Bud Crawford keep doing all of these. They keep throwing all these stipulations out there. He do it, and then they fuck around and treat him like he's stupid. Like, nigga, I don't know why you did that. I don't know why you had my fight. This is a fucking belt holder, a former pound for pound, a former undisputed champion, #1 pound for pound, and Errol Spence rather ride horses and raise chickens than to catch that fade with him. And all I hear is people keep making excuses as to why the fight won't happen. And Pacquiao probably showing a strong interest in facing Mikey next. And if he go ahead and pursue that Mikey fight, what y'all gonna say then? You know, this man is 100%. I don't want to hear no excuses about the accident because that man went in there with Danny Garcia and was 100%. Ain't nothing wrong with Errol Spence. Nobody ever done Danny like that. So kill the nonsense, man. Y'all just looking to age this dude Bud Crawford out. Keep making excuses for Errol Spence. I get it, man. He's the most marketable guy over there. He sells the most and all that, and they gonna protect that guy at all costs. Like Floyd said before. Like I said before, we're not gonna do that right now. Every time you ask about Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, somebody jump in the way. If it's fucking Leonard Smellerby, Floyd Mayweather, you, rap star, anybody jump in the way to prevent this fight from happening. Mr. Scrap Season want to stop at 2 straps. I'm not impressed, man. 2 belts? Niggas make a big deal off of fighting in one weight class and holding 2 straps. So the fuck what? So the fuck what? Real boxing fans know that when it comes down to it, you need that Hearns Hagler or that Ray Hearns, that type of fight. And this man is avoiding it at all costs. You know,
so are the fans. It's so are the fans.
Let me
And
speak.
that's what I mean.
Bro.
The money's there though.
Go ahead. Let me just make sure that this guy knows that I'm not one of them fucking fans. I'm a proper guy who looks at this boxing sport from the outside in. I'm not a casual fan who's gonna sit there and think the fight's gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. The fight's not happening, bro. And that's why I'm coming with my facts.
so the fight not happening.
The fight. Now let me speak, bro. You spoke for 5 minutes. I had to listen to your shit. Now you can listen to mine. You ain't cooked shit. Because let me tell you where I'm looking at this fight. This fight on numbers does not make sense for Terence Crawford. Because the numbers are bigger with Errol Spence. And the numbers with Errol Spence pay-per-view model and him being a unified welterweight champion is going to give him a lot more on the table than Terence Crawford. Now, I'm not disagreeing with 1-2 Kid. Terence Crawford is an accolade fighter. He's bringing all the resume of what he's done in different weights. But it's not looked upon like that. It's looked upon who's done what lately and who's got the numbers. And Al Heyman, he's throwing the flag. Al Heyman's got the keys, not Bob Arum. And if it's not going to go that way, the fight's not going to happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I don't want the fight. I want the fight. But the fight's not going to happen at 50-50. And somebody has to break themselves to make this fight. And unfortunately, it's got to be the Terence Crawford side. It's not going to be the Errol Spence.
Can I ask you a question though, real quick?
No, but that's the truth though, bro.
I know it is.
You wanted to know the truth. I'm just putting the numbers down for you, bro.
And I accept that. And can I ask you a question real quick?
Whoever's in that fucking chat, nobody's cooking Rapstar. So you better shut the fuck up about cooking me, bro.
Hey, man, you ain't got to get emotional. You talking about feelings. You're getting emotional now, dog. Don't worry about nobody's opinion.
I'll keep bringing the facts on what I think is right, bro.
Hey, I get you defending yourself, but what I'm just saying is, look, man, that's the chat. Dog. That's what the chat does.
Hey, listen, I like making the show a bit exciting. I'm not emotional, bro.
All right,
I'm just playing the cooking game, bro. That's all.
All right, play the cooking game. You in the kitchen,
I've been in hundreds of podcasts, bro. This is what we do for a living.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you know,
so I'm just putting the numbers down, bro. This ain't a fan-friendly emotional shit. This is the numbers game.
Well,
that's what it is. It's a business.
Hey, real quick. So Rapstar. When it comes to people on his side of the street, right? Like Sean Porter, Mikey Garcia, who at that time, was working with Heyman. That's okay for 50-50. But for Bud Crawford, because he's such a big threat, he can't get 50-50 with him.
What are you talking about, bro?
What am I talking about? I just asked you the question, dog.
I just explained to you the numbers game is better.
So I just asked you.
With Errol Spence. He's the one.
So Sean Porter demanded that much. Sean Porter demanded 50-50, but Crawford don't.
Man, the problem is Errol Spence is in a position right now where he is today. He's in the stronger position, man. It is what it is. We can't change that, bro. I'm from England and I can see that.
Oh my God.
I'm looking from the outside in. I don't have any horses in this race. I can see it from the outside in.
Hey, how much did
Errol Spence is the A side.
I know where he's going.
Whether you like it or not, Errol Spence is the A side here.
All right, shout out to the rap star, man. It's a rap.
Let me tell you.
Hey, rap star, it's a rap, dog.
No, you're a rap. You don't like the real numbers.
You said I'm a rap.
No, but you know why, bro? Because I'm not
a rap
man. Let me tell you, this is getting recorded, bro.
I'm a rap,
Let me tell you right now why you're getting rapped. It's a numbers game.
You're getting cooked, though. We wrap you up first, then we cook you.
I'm not getting
you get wrapped up first, then you get cooked.
I'm telling you just as it is as numbers.
All right, bro.
Bro,
so you said you want to see the fight, but you said the fight not gonna happen.
Bro, I got a WBC and IBF title and the pay-per-view model and bigger numbers than you. So what does that mean?
Say what?
I got the WBC and IBF title, and I've got the pay-per-view model with bigger numbers than you. What does that mean?
You know what? You know what it means? That it don't matter what you're talking about because them two together is the biggest fight in boxing behind AJ.
So what do you mean it doesn't matter? That's the business behind it.
No, but we got one side who don't even want the fight.
We gotta go by the business.
Business is he'll make more money than he ever made if he fight Bud Crawford.
Terence Crawford will make more money than what he's ever made.
Facts.
And
Terence Crawford will make more money than he's ever made.
Wait a minute, y'all. But that's the point I'm trying to make. Both of the money is there.
You just said it, bruh.
The money is there, guys. The money is there to make it happen. And Manny talking about fighting Mikey. So what's the holdup? What's the holdup?
Man, I come and spice up the show. I'm just telling you what I think.
Yeah, you know we got to bring the spices to the cookout.
I got all the spices, bro. I can see from the outside in. It doesn't look like what you're
Season's
saying.
greetings, my nigga. Season's greetings. We got to season you up before you get cooked.
But you ain't seasoned shit, bro. You're seasoning.
It's a wrap.
But you know what you're doing? You're just sounding
like
the fight's never gonna happen.
It's a ran wrap, this nigga, man. It's over with.
You ain't doing shit, bitch. You're not doing shit, bitch. You're
hey,
just
rap
making
star.
yourself sound good.
Hey, shout out to you, dog. I'm just fucking with you, man. Stop crying. I'm just fucking with you, dog.
No, you're not fucking with me, man. Don't say
it's your name. You came in as rap star, so
yeah, but
it's
rap
only
star
right that we wrap you up, my dude.
I will definitely wrap it up.
Cookout. You the cookout, dog.
Hey, listen, I got a big cooking pot here, right?
Sausage ass nigga. It's a wrap.
All the spices in for you and everything. But look, I gotta be honest. Outside in, Errol Spencer's the bigger draw. He is. It is what it is, whether we like it or not.
Right. Hey, but it's a huge draw with them two coming together, man. Get the fans to fight.
Right. I truly think that the matchup itself sells, and with the accolades and then with the seat selling, I think it's a 50-50 fight. And I feel that if these dudes, if it just comes to it, they can make the fight happen for the fans. You know what I'm saying? And if they make the fans happy, it's only going to help them, which will draw more casual
for the fans.
Well,
these boxers are so selfish. They're not doing fuck all for the fans, bro.
Right, like fighting the pound for pound best in the world.
They're not doing shit for us.
Bro. Hey, rap, hey, Mr. Rap. Yeah. Hey, what's an acceptable opponent for Errol Spence next if he don't get Pacquiao or Crawford? What's the opponent that you would accept?
I mean, no. Let me tell you what I want to see.
I'm just trying to help him, Charles. He
what I really would like to see is the Terence Crawford fight, and the only person who's going to get the fight over the Terence Crawford fight, and the only person who's going to get the fight over Errol Spence is Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's the biggest draw out of all of them. So they all want the Manny Pacquiao fight because Manny Pacquiao's like the big bank. You know what I mean? He's the biggest bank in the game. So I think if they don't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, Keith Thurman's there. And personally speaking, I think Errol Spence is ready to move up after 2 fights. Anyway.
Shit, here we go.
And he's looking, and let's be honest, he's told everybody. Let me be honest, he's looking to go and clean up at 154. And
he's going to clean up at 54. How you going to clean up at 54 when Charlo there?
He ain't even clean up at 47, but he's going to go to 54 and clean up.
Hey,
did you just let me finish? I said his friend's looking to move up.
Off subject, do you think Keith Thurman, if he gets in there with an Errol Spence, that he's going to get $10 million?
Uh-oh.
I think they'll give him 7.
Oh.
but he want 10 to fight Bud.
Yeah, but
shit. It's a wrap.
Hey, listen. I don't know who this other guy is. Like he's looking like he's after a rap star. I'm going to call you side chick right now, but listen to this one, bro. I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Yo, rap star. That's for people's Charles D. That's a tall tree to climb, man. When you open it up,
right? Let me ask you this: if Keith Thurman starts at 10 million, why not negotiate with him and give him the same money like Amir Khan?
Hey, if you make it get the right, if that is the case,
no holders,
why not show? Yo, if I want 10 million and you don't give me 10 million, but you sending me an offer and I don't like it, I can send you a counter offer.
Listen,
but we ain't gonna talk about that.
And Terence Crawford needs to negotiate with them, innit?
Okay. Start high, 60-40. Okay, now I want 60-40. Oh, well, now the fight ain't going to happen. You don't want the fight. Right? That's what we're going to do? Come on, man. We know what it is. All these guys want to cash out when it comes to Bud. You know why? Because there's an ass whooping waiting in the wings. You know what I'm saying?
You guys that's making it sound like we're watching from England, and you're making it sound like If Errol Spence doesn't give 50-50, he's ducking the fight. And that don't sound right. That don't
Why don't
fucking
that
sound
sound?
right,
Well,
bro.
why
I
does
think
it?
you should
Why,
consider it, though.
yeah, but what you're saying is,
Yeah, but
you're
see how
saying the
you're making
exact
it sound,
opposite.
though. And that's
Right,
why I
right.
gotta say it
So
doesn't
what I'm
sound
trying to
right.
say, 50-50. So if both of these guys get an even cut in the promotion, and they get an even cut in the pay, what's the hold up?
All right.
So let me ask you a question. If Errol Spence wants 60-40 or nothing, is he ducking the fight? Let me ask that question.
I think ducking the fight has been
Wait, hold on.
already.
Repeat that, bro, so I can make sure I heard him correctly.
Anyway, listen, am I speaking to 2 people or 4? But let me tell you what I'm going
Right,
to say
I got
now. 60-40, Errol Spence saying 60-40, right? Now, he's saying that I'll fight Terence Crawford. Just give me 60-40. That's it. That's all he's saying.
Crawford. So Errol Spence is saying, I'll fight Crawford,
Yeah.
but 60-40.
Yeah.
So they're in negotiation for the fight right now. That what you trying to tell me?
I'm saying that that's what he's put out there already. And it's already been documented what he's put out there. Terence Crawford has said
So why he didn't say that after the fight?
I'm saying that that's where roughly the base.
If that was on his mind and in his plan, man. Why he didn't say that after the fight?
We're not talking about that. He said after
Because
the fight,
where
he's
you
not
getting
talking
this
about
from?
nobody. They asked him the same question about Manny Pacquiao. They asked him the same question about Canelo Alvarez. He said, "Don't speak to me about none of that right now."
You know why?
You know
You
what I
know
mean?
why it wasn't brought up? Because they were like, "Let's get this guy out of here. We're going to Tanya Harding this guy before he gets out the building."
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man,
one
come
thing
on.
I don't.
Have you ever heard of that? Have you ever heard of that, rap star? Somebody about to get jumped walking out of a building?
Hey, let me tell you something. It happens in England. When you come from a different city in England and you go to a different place, you get outvoted, bro. It's just the way it works. You come from another city. But let me tell you what I did like about Terence Crawford, though, 1-2 kid. I love to see him. I love seeing him at the fight. I was shocked when I saw him in that fight in Texas because that goes to show me he wants all the smoke.
Big champ shit.
And do you know what I liked about that? I liked it. People were saying that he never comes to places to go and see Errol Spence and shit. Well, he came to see the fight. So it shows me that he's interested in all the
So what's your thoughts about Errol's response to that? I wouldn't go to his fight. I don't know why he came to my fight.
Did you not just hear what I said? That at the end
That's
of the
sucker
day,
shit, dog.
Errol Spence, man, listen, you better start behaving yourself, bro. You're sucker shit. Let me tell you,
Man, I'm talking about Errol Spence. Shut that clown
bro.
shit up, nigga. Fuck you talking about, bro?
I'm just keeping this shit real, bro.
Nah, man,
nigga,
you
shut
get
that clown
personal.
shit up,
I'm
nigga.
keeping it
You
real,
get
bro.
personal, rap
You look
star.
like an Errol Spence hater, bro. This guy who's come on there right now sounds like he don't like Errol Spence. It ain't Errol Spence's fucking fault. This ain't Errol Spence's fault the fight's not happening.
I just asked you a simple
This ain't
question.
nothing
What
to
did
do
you
with
feel
Errol
about his
Spence.
response,
Right,
Errol
nigga?
Spence is
yeah,
the
what I
fucking
mean,
truth,
but
bro.
rap
Errol
You
star.
got
Spence is the
mad
truth, bro.
because I
Rap
asked you
star.
what you feel about Errol
You
Spence's
better
response.
recognize Errol Spence is the truth, bro. You
Oh,
better
we,
recognize
Here we
we
go.
doing it for
Oh
clicks?
shit.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Oh shit.
See,
rap
hey,
star.
we
You
expose
better
them every
recognize
time, my
Errol Spence
nigga.
is the truth, bro.
Rap
We
star,
expose
rap
them every
star.
time.
Look,
You ain't
all
We
you
expose
exposing
them every
shit. I
time.
Yo,
want a
rap
one-on-one with you. I'll
Rap
cook
star.
you again and again and again.
Oh,
That's
I'll
when the
cook you
that's when
again
the
and again.
fanboy card
You
come
won't
out.
even. You'll be a burnt
Who are
Christmas
you, bro?
dinner by the time
It's
I
the
finish
truth.
with you,
Errol
bro.
Spence, bro.
I
It's the
will
truth.
finish you
Oh,
off, bro.
I got
yo,
you now.
yo, we
It
set up a
came out.
debate. Yo, we
Hey,
set up
listen,
Fanboy
a
Errol
energy.
debate.
Spence.
It ain't gotta
I
be
don't
on
like
my
the Errol
channel.
Spence hating, bro. I don't like what I'm seeing.
What's
With
wrong
you
with this
guys
dude,
hating
man?
on
He's
Errol
hating on
fucking
Errol Spence.
bro.
This is the truth movement, bro. All right.
Motherfucker is the truth.
Well, first
It's a
off,
wrap,
hold
B.
on.
You're a rat.
Right.
I
Listen,
pick
I want to
I
hang
pick
you.
I,
Me and
I,
you.
I
Let me and you just talk, bro. How
fight
about that?
if it was a healthy spin.
Go ahead. Go
Come
ahead.
on,
Take
then.
a crack at it.
Me
Yep.
and you, bro. What you got to
All right,
say?
I'm gonna mute. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna mute everybody in here. I guess we get in the on the spot debate.
Take your best shot, rap. Go
All
ahead,
right,
bro.
Listen,
so
man.
what I'm gonna do is
I
I'm gonna
don't
mute
duck no
everybody.
smoke. You're forgetting this
Else.
is rap star, bro. I don't duck no smoke.
Yeah, we wrap him up before we cook him. Go ahead,
You
family.
can't rap shit, bro. And listen, this is getting recorded. I'm sharing you in England. They're laughing at you right now.
All right.
I'm
Shout out to
sharing
my
you.
UK fans.
Hey, listen, 1-2.
Shout out.
Hey, listen, 1-2. I'm sharing this guy, and they're laughing at this guy.
I'm on mute.
All right, let me tell you something, bro. Let's go by numbers. It's not about feelings, bro. This is a numbers game. Errol Spence is the bigger draw right now with the 2 belts. So if he's got the fucking WBC and the IBF and the pay-per-view model, and he's got the bigger numbers, you better pay him handsomely. He's only asking for 60-40. So if the fight's not gonna happen, it's not Errol Spence's fault.
Oh, you just
This ain't
bodied
Errol
it, bro.
Spence's fault. So stop dick riding, bro.
I'm
You
dick
gotta keep
riding
this shit real, bro.
for wanting to see the second best fight in boxing. I'm dick riding
No, yeah,
for real.
because you can't just say that if it's not
My
50-50,
nigga, you
that
need to
Errol
get off
Spence
the
is
dumb
ducking the
shit.
smoke. Errol ain't
I want
ducking
to
none
see
of
the fight. You said out of your own mouth the fight not gonna happen. You said that.
I said it's not gonna happen unless Terence Crawford willing to negotiate.
So Terence Crawford's not willing to negotiate. What you telling me?
I'm
When
saying
has
that
Errol
the way
Spence?
you're...
When has Errol Spence?
No. You just said it. You said it's a 50-50 fight, right?
No, I didn't say that.
So
I
what
said
is it?
that.
Okay,
I think I
let's finish
asked
this
you.
smoke. Let me
I
finish
asked
you on
you.
this smoke. Let me finish
I
you right
asked
now,
you.
bro. Is
I
it
said
60-40
he can
Errol
go
Spence?
50-50 with Mikey and Sean Porter,
So what
but
do
when
you
it
want?
comes to
Let me
Bud
ask you this,
Crawford,
bro.
that's
Is it
out of the
50-50
question
or is it
because it's too much
60-40?
risk. That's what I said.
So what is it now? Is it 60-40 or 50-50? What is it?
Right now, it ain't shit because they not making a fight happen.
So what should it be? Because I'm saying that if Errol Spence is asking for 60,
I'll tell you what it should be.
go
The
on.
dick riders like you need to step aside, and we need to keep the heat on both of these motherfuckers to make this fight happen.
You're funny, dude. You're the
I
dick
know, my
rider,
friend.
not me,
It's
bro.
a
I'm
wrap.
bringing facts. You're bringing feelings into this shit. I'm bringing facts.
Okay, I just seen you getting your feelings a couple times with just a few
Nah, but
comments.
I'm bringing numbers to the. Oh,
You came out and said
I
it's the
sound
truth,
very
bro.
dominant. I just
You
sound
got
very
your
dominant,
feelings.
bro. I just sound like a dominant force. That's all.
All right, shout out to my UK fans out there that's laughing and shit. Right?
No, but you
Hey,
got to
I
keep.
appreciate.
You're
Hey,
not
on some
keeping
real
it
shit
real
though.
with me. You're
On
not
some
keeping
real
it
shit.
real right now. You're running away from the conversation, bro.
I'm running, dog. That's what
All
I'm
right,
doing.
so let's go back again. Let's go back again.
Let's go back again,
Right,
Mr. Rap.
WBC IBF champion, right?
IBF.
The
Right.
guy
Seen
has
it, been there, done that. We seen that before.
The guy's got pay-per-view numbers bigger than Terence
Pay-per-view.
Crawford, right?
You just
Now
did
let me
250
ask
last
you
week.
this. Let me ask you this. You got one belt. Why not take a little bit less if you think you're that great and take over?
Hey man,
Answer the question, bro.
I just want them to negotiate, man.
Stop ducking the smoke, bro. Answer the
Who's ducking
question.
what smoke?
Answer the question. Why are you
Your question
quiet?
is why won't Bud Crawford take less?
Why won't Bud Crawford take a little bit less if Errol Spence is the bigger draw with the 2 belts and the pay-per-view model?
I would, if they start negotiating and they actually make offers and stuff, I would want them to do. Hold on, my nigga. I would want them to do whatever.
You keep running like Linford Christie, like Ben Johnson. Carry
on. All right, Mr. Rap. Let me know when you done, dog, so I can answer your question.
I just want a simple answer, man. That's
you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I talk now?
Yeah, but answer the question, bro. Stop running away from it.
Can I answer the question now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, muted, dog. So when they actually come to the table and do their negotiating, if it takes Bud Crawford, you know, taking less, hopefully they do whatever they need to do to make that fight happen. But what I know clear as day, Errol Spence not interested in the fight. He's already said it out his mouth. So when I ask you that simple question, right? And you was talking about you gave it up to Bud Crawford.
You just ran
hold
away
on, hold on, dog. Let me talk.
Questions.
I didn't cut you
because
off.
You run away from
I didn't cut you off.
Questions.
Hey, muted, dog. I didn't cut you off.
Bro,
you just gave props. You just gave props to Bud Crawford. You gave props to Bud Crawford for showing up. You said you like that. You said you like that, right? So when I asked you the simple question, if Errol Spence was interested in taking a fight, as long as he gets 60-40, why he didn't say that when they asked him who he want to fight next? Are you gonna let the crickets answer, my nigga?
Okay, bro. If I speak, just be quiet then, because I'm gonna keep roasting.
I am being quiet. I've been respecting you.
I'm just gonna
cut me off, nigga.
roast you. I'm gonna consistently roast you, bro. Then let me tell you why you're making no sense. I asked you a question, you went round it, and you want to ask me the questions now.
I already answered you. I said if they negotiate, hopefully they do whatever it takes to make the fight happen.
Look,
I don't give a fuck who get what. I just want to see the fight.
Bro, I don't know.
You the only nigga up here dick riding, nigga.
Look, there's no
hurry up and cook, because you just been wrapped up, homie.
You're the one who's getting cooked, and you can't even answer the simple questions.
Bro, like you can't say somebody getting cooked and you ain't cooking. Cook.
Yeah, but nigga, you ain't even answered my question, bro. You're running away from the simple question.
Already did. Move on, dog. Already did.
Nothing. You didn't.
Already did. You just been up here protecting Errol Spence, bro.
Okay,
making excuses
so bad,
the whole time. And the only thing you've been up here saying is you gonna cook me, and you ain't did shit yet.
Bro, because
You ain't
you're
did shit
answering
yet.
questions and you're
I've been
talking
waiting to
loud.
be cooked. You ain't did shit yet.
But look how loud you're talking as a grown man. Look how
Hey,
loud
Yeah.
you're talking.
hey guys,
You're not answering no
guys,
questions.
guys,
This is
You're
the
come on,
number one
going off
bullshit.
and you're
come
going to
on,
answer me.
guys,
Now, let me ask you again.
Hold on,
Let
I'm
me
here to
ask
show
you
you,
hold
Mr.
on.
again.
Rap.
Hold on,
You ain't got
hold
no
on,
rank
fellas.
here,
Bro,
dog.
this guy's a runner.
You've been getting cooked since
You
you
know
showed
what?
up.
You
Why
sound so
don't y'all? Why
stupid
don't
right now,
y'all?
bro.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna mute y'all both for a second. Why don't y'all set up a debate? You know, I mean, I'm not doing this just for clicks. You know what I mean? I just want to talk boxing. This is a great debate. Why don't y'all set up debate? Don't have to be on my channel. Could be on another channel, a neutral channel, whatever y'all decide to do. But I get where you guys are coming from at the point. I'm not really
He
feeling
just couldn't
what
answer a simple 50-50 answer, but it's all right.
no,
Look,
no. We're not gonna do all that. What I'm saying is,
hey,
y'all want to, y'all
what's his
willing, y'all
name?
willing to
What's
cook
your
on
name, bro?
something.
Let me at least know who I'm talking to, for fuck's sake. What's his
That's
name?
fucking. That's the Black Horseman. That's
Okay, you got
BHP.
your own channel, Black Horseman?
Yeah, hell yeah, you guys on channel.
All right, Black Horseman, you want me to pull up on you or you want to pull up on me?
Hey, you can pull up if you want to.
Hey, listen, bro, I'll pull up on you all day long. I love
Okay,
these
yeah,
guys,
no
right?
doubt.
So
I
let me tell
respect you
you,
for
let
that.
me tell
Matter
you
of fact,
something.
you got
If
more
you're
heart
gonna
than
run
Errol
away
Spence,
from
my
the
nigga.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
You got more heart than Errol Spence.
Thanks a lot, bro.
I
But
fuck with you now, bro. If you gonna pull up, I'll fuck
I'm
with you.
gonna pull up. Hey, 110
All right,
already
good.
knows what I'm like. I'll pull up. But let me tell you this right now.
Pull up today, then, my
Let me
nigga. Pull
tell
up
you this
today.
right now, bro. I don't want to waste my energy with you, bro. You're
Wait a
wasting
minute. You
you're
said you gonna
wasting
pull
Wait,
gas.
up.
whoa. You kind
You
of
just
sounded
said you
like
gonna pull up.
Yeah, but you're wasting gas. If you're not gonna answer the question on this
Oh my
channel,
God. Hey man,
if you're
say the
not gonna
energy for
answer the
later when you
question
pull
on
up,
this
dog.
channel,
You
bro.
sound like Errol Spence now. You pump faking.
No, man, you don't answer no questions,
Stop
bro.
pump faking, dog.
Okay, look, you know what? I'm not only gonna pull up on you, I'm gonna record your ass to show you how
All
you
right.
run
Now
away.
you ain't gonna show up. Now you ducking like
No.
Errol
You know
Spence.
what? I'm gonna record your
Now
ass.
you ducking like Errol Spence.
Nah, come on, man. You know I'm not
Hey, it's
ducking
a
you.
wrap, dog.
You're not
It's a
Not only
wrap.
am I gonna
ducking
show
you.
up,
You're easy
I'm gonna
work.
record you.
You're easy work, bro. And you're so easy work that I can tell when you're
All
gonna
I can
get
tell
live,
you, if you can't deal with me on 1-2 Kid channel, you definitely can't deal with me on my
bro.
channel.
Because
Trust
I
me.
know you're gonna try and mute me and run off. But let me
no,
tell you, on your
All
own
right. All
channel,
right, dog.
on
All
your
right.
own
Just
channel,
duck, my nigga. Just duck then. Just
yo,
duck.
listen, on your own channel, bro, I'll make you run away. How about that one?
Okay. All right. Thanks, bro. It's a wrap.
I'll make you run away on your own channel.
look. Let's cook on another subject because I think this shit's burnt
No,
to
but
a
I'm
crisp.
not a dick rider, bro. And at
Whoa,
the end
whoa,
of the
whoa, whoa,
day,
whoa,
I just
whoa,
kept it
whoa.
real.
That's
Kept it
up
real.
for opinion. You know what I mean?
I ain't
Yeah,
no
everyone
yes
got
man, bro.
everybody up here got their opinion
Oh
on what they
man.
think. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the chat got their opinion on what they think. You know, and most of my the people in the chat, you know, they loyal customers. You know what I'm saying? Because they know I'm gonna come the way I come, whether you call it whatever you want. It don't matter. But you know, this the TAC over here. This the Truth Hurts crew, and people getting their feelings when the truth come up. You know what I mean? They be hurt. They be in their
We're not
feelings.
even getting no money from this.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm about to jump down. Hey, but
All right.
Hey, don't
Thanks,
jump
brother,
down. I'm
be
bro.
coming
honest.
looking for you, bro.
Hey,
Well, I'm
I'm
it ain't
coming
nowhere to
hard to
looking for
find
find
me.
you.
him.
I'm
You,
coming
you
looking
know the
for you.
initial, bro. Hey, you know the initials is UGC, man. It ain't hard to find me. But
Hey, listen, you
hey,
know how to find me too. I'm always ready for the smoke. But look, this Errol Spence and Terence Crawford thing is a bit
I'm
touchy.
trying to get off, bro.
Look,
You
no,
gonna
no,
let?
no. We want the fight. Everybody wants this fight, man. But really and truly, there's too much politics and numbers game. It's a numbers game.
All right,
It
rap
is what it
star.
is.
Now,
It is
All
what
right.
it is.
let's get Black's closing thoughts real quick. Go
Hey,
ahead, Black.
shout out to the whole Truth Hurts crew. 1-2
UGC.
Kid. Y'all keep supporting, man. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Shout out to the Playback motherfucking gang. And shout out to Rap Star, even though he got wrapped up today. You know, he was a good
Hey, you
sport.
got cooked,
And
bro. I've already shared you all across Europe. They're laughing at you, bro.
shout out, hey, my nigga, BHP. Shout out to the promo gang. Shout out to you for doing the promo, my dude.
Hey, anyway, at least you came up.
But at the end of the day, it's all about 1-2 Kid. This is his live stream. This shit was fire. And keep doing your thing, bro. But I'm gonna try to kick off one later. And we're gonna see if Rap Star show up or if he gonna duck like Earl. I'm
I
out.
would never duck, but you better act like a gentleman on your show.
That's so it's all set, y'all. It's all set. Like I can only control what I can control here.
Yeah.
As for over there,
Yeah.
you're gonna deal with Black, but he gonna be up front with you, and he's a fiery individual. So
Listen, he can be what he wants, man. When it comes to the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford thing, it's so bullshit and divided. People don't want to hear the facts. They just want to see the fight. And because they want to see the fight, the people come at each other like they're talking shit like we just did right now.
Hey, but between us, if you go to a motherfucker, they just want to see the fight. You can't be mad at the fans for that. I mean, when you go to a restaurant and you say, I want a bacon double cheeseburger, and they give you a BLT, you're going to be mad. No, wait, hold up, man. Hold up now. Let's not do all that. Now, if you get something else, what you going to be? You're going to be upset. You're going to be upset or you ain't going to pay for it. So that's what the one thing that I don't understand about the fans is if they just paying for bullshit fights, that's exactly what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I like your channel. That's why I pull up on you, bro. I like your channel. I like how you speak. I like what you give to the game of boxing. When I started out, I remember you gave me some time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't forget them things, bro. And now my channel's become big. So this guy, whatever his name is, he can pull up on
Black Horseman.
Bro. I'm not giving him no free clout. I don't even know who this guy is, yeah. So you tell him to come pull up, and I will. And if he wants,
wait a minute. No, but Rapstar, like, I like your channel. I like what you're talking about. But you committed to it. You said I'll pull up on you.
No, but I just realized I don't know the guy. I know you.
Right.
So I'm happy
what
to
I'm trying to say.
No. Listen. I'm a big enough man. I'm happy to give you the views. I'm happy to share the energy with you because I like all the views to come to you. So I'm happy to support you.
But
whoever this guy is,
I
know the guy's watching right now. Tell him to pull up on me.
Wait a minute. Check it out.
Hold on. I thought you was pulling up, man.
Wait.
Who's pulling up on what?
Well, Charles D, I got this. All right. So here's what the deal is. You made a commitment. You pull up on his, and I don't think he'll have a problem pulling up on yours afterwards. You know what I mean?
No, that's not a problem.
So that sounds about fair. That's 50-50, right?
Yeah,
not
but
60-40.
let me tell you something. I've been to channels before, and they've tried to mute me, and they tried to take me on the backstage, and then I start to then that's a stupid fucking channel, bro. I don't want nothing to do with a channel like that. So if they can't handle my smoke, they're better coming to me because I'll leave them open on mine.
All right,
I won't mute them on mine.
Right.
So,
I hear what you're
let
saying.
me just let you
I've
know
been muted. I've been muted on
the way that you respect
every platform.
The way that you respect me is why I come here. If he don't have that respect for me, then he can go fuck himself. I'm not.
Well, you don't know if he got that respect.
So
for
he
you.
need.
You don't know that until
you need to
go
come
there.
and see me. If not, if I go and see him, then you should be there, bro. You should be there.
Yeah, I'll be there. You know, I'll be there. Absolutely, I'll be there.
Yeah, because look, man, this Terence Crawford, Errol Spence situation starts to go into a stupid situation when people don't want to hear numbers. They want to go into the feelings of the fight. And as fans, we all want the fight.
But here's the thing though, when you go into accolades and certain things about the fight, people go into pull out their business cards and they want to, you know what I mean, put on their business suit and their business socks and start talking business because boxing's a business. When
I think ones who care when they go by accolades, they get in their feelings because Bud got them.
Right.
Earl is unified. Bud is 3-division, undisputed, trying to unify and be undisputed in the second weight class. But none of that matters though. Right.
That's all.
I've had these conversations with loads of people, and sometimes the gas goes nowhere because Errol Spence fans or whoever they are, they want the fight and they want to protect Errol. Terence Crawford fans want the fight, but they want more for Terence Crawford. And it seems like me coming from England, I always go into the smoke with the facts. But I've noticed one thing in America. It's a kind of a sensitive situation when Bud fans want to fight, they don't want to listen to the facts. And when Errol Spence fans want to fight, they don't want to listen to the Crawford shit. It always becomes the same shit gas. The conversation doesn't hold no weight because people don't want to talk factual about it. It's always looking the same. I'm from England and I'm roasting this shit.
But
I don't have no reason to roast
between
it.
us, if it's got that type of heat on both sides, then the money's there to make the fight happen. 50-50.
Well, if the money's there for 50-50, bro, they don't want to accept 50-50.
Well, then that's on them.
I don't care. I don't care what they gotta do, dog. As long as the fight get made, I don't care. Someone
as a boxer
you could do exactly. You could do 55-40. I don't give a fuck what you do. You know, you could do 50-50 or you know what I'm saying, throw a little bonus on it, the winner.
I mean, because when you really think about it, I mean, facts are basically on paper, what have you, accolades. When it comes to pay-per-views, Do you really know? You don't.
Yeah, but the arguments are
okay.
weak.
So when you talking numbers, you can't really argue the numbers because you don't
that shit
know.
is just being reported.
Yeah, it's being reported over here as this, is being reported over here as this. So when people are pulling up, I pulled up this article, man. Look, boom. They picking the article that they choose to use. So I mean, that fits the narrative that they talking about. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. I don't buy into the articles and shit because we don't know who's really dependable out there. We ain't talking to these people personally. We don't know these people personally, even if we do get an interview with them. So
yeah, but I want to know, as grown men, don't you respect the two unified belts?
I want to know, as grown men, is if
are
people respect.
Are the two belts not important?
Of course, they're important. Just like a unified, multi-unified, undisputed champion.
So where are we right now? Where
are we right now? What you got is things that are based on mostly opinions, but the facts of the matter is you got two accomplished fighters. All right. Now you can't say, well, we can't go by what happened 3-4 years ago, or we can't go by what happened last month. We can't. Oh, well, we can only go back what fits my narrative. We can't do that either. You got to take everything into account when these things come in here. That's why if that was the case, why the fuck, what did Canelo do in the 175 division prior to getting the Kovalev fight?
Yeah, nothing. But Canelo's a different breed.
Right.
Not a damn thing.
Breed, bro.
But his
Canelo's a different breed, bro.
It's the accomplishments that he had prior, the things that he had done prior that made this dude the A side, even moving up.
Yeah, but Canelo is going to be the A side,
right? So if you can understand that, then why is it so hard for you to even take a 50-50?
Look, the problem is, again, you got to appreciate that 50-50 only comes in what you've done for me lately, bro.
Right, but that goes to a casual. That don't go to a hardcore fan. You're not talking, like you said, right? You said you're keeping it real, right? You said you're keeping it real, bro. You said you're keeping it real, and you say boom, 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 boom. But then you want to say you should accept this. But that's something that you would say to a casual, not to a hardcore fan. I mean, a hardcore fan that enjoys watching fights. That's why I made a channel. I didn't get up here to talk about business. I just got up here to say I want fights. You got smoke in there. How many? If we put, how many times did you see? Right, but says who? Says
because Bob Arum. This ain't about us. This ain't about Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford.
If it ain't about the fans,
this ain't about us, bro.
Shit.
This ain't about us. This is about Bob Arum.
Well,
and Al Heyman.
That's when my opinion sets in, and I say, hey, the fact of the matter is, my opinion is, if it ain't about fans,
it's not.
Then fuck it.
It isn't. It's not about the fans.
Well, it should be.
It's not. If it was about the fans,
where the money coming from?
I don't want to hear nothing about the promoters, man, because these fucking fighters, these promoters get paid by the fighters. If they want this fight, make the fight happen. This is what you pay them for.
Yeah, but the promoters are holding the keys for their fighters to put them in position.
And I'm holding a paycheck. If I want this fight, make it happen.
Yeah, but
unless you don't get paid.
Yes, the same thing happened with Mayweather and Pacquiao. It's repeating history again.
Yeah.
And 1-2 Kid already told everyone.
Yeah, but that's a stretch. That is a stretch like a motherfucker. Because Pacquiao ain't want to take a drug test and all this other shit. These two fighters is ready to go.
Well, I'm saying to you that Mayweather never made it good for everybody else. Like 1-2 Kid already told everyone. Right?
How he didn't make it good?
Because at the end of the day, it shows you that the blueprint is in front of your face.
If they got paid.
Yeah, but only if it works out for the fighters. This is a Bob Arum and Al Heyman situation, bro. This ain't the fighter situation.
I bet you hold a paycheck. Heyman will be fine, but I bet you hold that paycheck. Arum will fall the fuck back.
If Al Heyman had Terrence Crawford in his own camp, he can make all the money in one organization, one corporation.
Dude, you keep saying that, but Spence never fought Thurman. And they in the same camp.
Spence and Thurman didn't fight because Thurman went off for injury. And Furman had
No,
to
wait,
let
why?
his,
Okay, and how was it
Furman had to
convenient
let
that he
his
went off?
belts go, bro. They were situations.
Okay, and how convenient was it that he was on injury once Spence got that belt off
Because he
of
was
Kell
fucking
Brook?
injured. He had an operation, bro. It's been well
Oh
documented.
God, it's not well
Look,
documented,
man,
dog. He was
it is
ducking
what it
the same
is.
thing. Oh boy, I can't talk to this dude.
The man, it's been well documented. He had a fucking injury. He was out the game for
What you got? What up, D?
months.
What you want to say, bro?
What's up? What's up, Rapstar?
What up, D?
What up,
What's
D? I
good?
can't speak to this dude, man.
No, because it's Rapstar
They
got
both,
some shit.
yo, D, they both
Hold on,
went through the same
Charles, I
thing,
ain't
though.
even said shit, fam. I ain't even said shit, dog. Let me get
I
something
know,
off,
but
bro.
I'm just
They're all
saying
trying
they
to
said the
attack me,
same. You know what I
I
mean? They
can't
did
let
the
them, bro.
same joint, dog. I've been quiet the whole time. They did the
I
same
know,
thing,
but
and
I
ain't
just
nothing
got on
happened.
this bitch, dog. I mean, go ahead, though. I'm gonna let you rap because I'm gonna get my piece off because it's a lot
Oh no,
of.
no. I get it, because I told
It's
him
the
it's the
thing.
same thing, man. They both went through the same thing.
They both did go through the same thing. Let me say that. They both did go through the same thing. Here's what Crawford fans don't get. Spence went through that shit for 5 fucking years. That's number one. Bud didn't go through that shit for 5 years. And then I heard this shit about Canelo. Man, please don't even start comparing Bud to fucking Canelo. Just because he got an easy. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We want to talk about the facts. Let's talk about the facts. Boy got the first 2
Who
belts that he
compared
had.
Canelo to
And
Crawford?
there it is. Whoever the fuck that is, chill out with that, bro. Because I just got on you. Now, when Bud got his belts at 140, which is everybody's on his fucking balls about this goddamn undisputed run at 140, the 2 belts he had, and he got into the fight with Ndongo, he got those fucking shits easily. And then he fought Ndongo to clean it up. So let's keep shit in perspective. When we start talking about Canelo, regardless of all of this fucking hate and this nonsense, who the fuck else is doing what he's doing in boxing? I don't care if he is jumping weight classes or what. He's fighting all fucking champions. But ain't fighting no fucking all champions. He fought a
That's
fucking
exactly what I
mediocre
told him.
boxer. Hold up, Rapstar. He fought a mediocre fucking boxer and goddamn Jeff Horn. And then he fought mediocre fights, bro. Let's fucking keep it real. So when you start talking about 50-50, it don't have a goddamn thing to do with none of our fucking opinions as fans, whether it be hardcores or fucking casuals. It don't have shit to do with that. It has to do with sales, what your draw is, what you're bringing to the table. And Bud ain't bringing that shit to the table, man. Let's keep it real. That fucking.
All right, first off,
Hold on. I want you.
you ain't gonna tell me though. You ain't gonna sit here. No. We're not doing that shit over here, D. I don't think you understand, man. On my panel, everybody got a fair say of what they got to say. So I'm allowing people to do that. But if you're gonna come on here and knock everything that I'm trying to talk about and not allow me to respond on my own panel, that shit ain't
I didn't
happening.
know what you was talking about.
No. I said as I compared Canelo and Bud Crawford, and I didn't compare them as fighters or whatever that was, all that horse shit you were just talking about. What I said was you can't dismiss the accomplishments that somebody's done, because if that was the case, okay, then you couldn't give Canelo, he couldn't be A-side in that fight because it was the accomplishments that he made prior. That's what I said.
Okay,
that narrative driving shit. It's not, oh, well, you trying to compare him. No, I'm not trying to compare him to him. What I'm trying to say is I'm comparing situations, what this man has done prior. That's the fucking thing I'm comparing. You can't just fucking discredit his motherfuckers, his accolades just because it fits your narrative at that moment. Okay, so if this dude is stepping up and this dude is fighting, right, and he's done all these things, oh, well, he didn't fight this guy, he didn't do that. Look, the motherfucker is a 6-time world champion in 3 different weight classes, unified, undisputed. All right, if you want to compare that, when has Canelo been undisputed? If you want to go down that route and saying, oh, these dick riders, why are you dick riding Canelo?
Okay, you finished? Because I'm
no.
ready. All right, well, go ahead.
I'm not done. I'm just saying, if that's the point, see, because you're going to come in here with that side shit instead of just being upfront and truthful and real about the shit. I mean, and that's what I came about and I said. That's the only thing that I said. I said, you can't discredit this man's accomplishments, which would make it a 50-50. You understand? I don't see how people are just going to write the man off. He did what he had to do. It is strap season when it comes to Bud Crawford. He does go grab the straps. He does want the smoke. They are making the offers. The PBC is not making the offers the other way. They not even responding. Okay, so other than just writing it off and moving forward. All right, we want to see the best fights happening. And yes, as a fan, as a boxing fan, of course, that's what you want. Am I a boxing professional? Am I a boxing analysis? Do I got the accolades to prove it? No. Have I been in the ring? Yes. Do I got love for the sport? Yes. That's the only perspective that I can give, and that's the only perspective that anybody else could give on fucking YouTube.
No, hold on,
I can answer. If you want to
hold
answer,
on,
then you answer.
hold on,
D.
Rapstar. No,
Go ahead.
no,
If
I
you
was
want to
waiting
answer,
for
you
him.
answer.
Okay, Rapstar, hold up, because I was waiting for him to finish, so I wouldn't cut him off.
Yeah, you go ahead, D.
So now, 1-2 Kid, first and foremost, fam, you took that shit. I don't know how as me coming at you, but you ain't the only one who said that, fam. This is something that's said all around. So I'm defending the idea, not what 1-2 Kid said. It is not about you, fam, or what you said. I promise you that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, hold on. See, come on. You're not the only one who says that. So I didn't even come up here coming at you. I'm talking about the idea of it. Now, I get what you're saying about Bud's accolades, but in this sport of boxing, regardless, this is a fact. That shit don't equate to sales, fam. That shit doesn't equate to your stock, and it don't equate to how they decide what's A side or B side. Now, I get it. I get the ideas of what you said, but it don't equate. Well, all we got to do is follow the business. Tank ain't done none of that. He ain't done none of that, but he still sells, doesn't he? So we gotta look at what sells in this sport. If Bud ain't no fucking 50-50 when we look at what sells in this sport.
Well, that changes. You know why that changes? Because if I'll put it like this.
Gotta have the right dancing partner.
Now you need to tell me if Lomachenko and Tank Davis was gonna fight, that Tank Davis could say 60-40.
No.
Hell no.
Oh, okay. Ain't that what's happening
That's what you
in the
just said.
welterweight division?
Yeah, but Floyd just tried to do that dumb shit with Teofimo. Tank Davis A side over Teofimo. So whatever Floyd does with this dumb shit with Tank, I'm not listening to none of that.
And why would you?
Yeah,
Because who got the accolades?
But it's not about the accolades, it's about the stock, fam. When you talk, not talking about accolades, when you talk about A side or B side, it's about the value in you, the stock. It don't have shit to do with your accolades.
Right. Okay, so how much stock
Okay,
does Lomachenko
so then Tank would be the A side, is what you said.
Tank would be the A side to who? Lomachenko?
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to what you say.
You know what?
Because Loma don't put asses in seats. I went to the fight at the Garden.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell y'all something. Since Lomachenko lost to Teofimo Lopez, if he went into a deal with Floyd Mayweather, it would either be 50-50 or A-side Tank. I do believe that because Lomachenko, hold on. Because Lomachenko, when he fought Teofimo Lopez, he didn't really have great stock in him. So now that he lost, especially in this boxing, the old must not go, his stock's gonna drop.
But
stock, bro.
Fair enough, D. I get what you're saying, but fair enough. Let's be honest. Who is his promoter? Lomachenko.
Bob Arum.
Okay. And so what makes it a 50-50 fight? If this dude ain't putting asses in seats. And his promoter's Bob Arum. Does he got more accolades than Bud Crawford?
Does who got more accolades than Bud Crawford?
Lomachenko.
Well,
okay,
oh well, then. I don't know. There's this close.
It's debatable, but it's pretty fucking close. Debatable. No? It's pretty right, but it's pretty close. Whether you want to say titles, whatever, this dude ain't unified. I mean,
Terrence Crawford also has a weak resume, bro. Terrence Crawford
hold
on.
Yeah, you could say whatever you want about his resume, but he beat champions.
Terrence Crawford has a weak resume.
Okay, well, let me ask. Hold on, Russ. Let me ask Charles D. Let me ask you on 1-2 Kid this then.
Okay.
Do you guys agree that A side or B side comes from the asses that you put in the seat? Do you guys agree to that?
You see, that's debatable too. That's what it comes to opinion.
No, this ain't no opinion. This is the business of it, not how we feel it should be. The business.
You want my opinion of it?
No. I want your idea about the business, how the business, not how our opinion works. Like if we think they should have more stock. I'm talking about how boxing works. There's a lot of boxers out here that's done a lot that we feel should have more stock, but they don't get it. If we look at how the business works, does it count from the asses you put in the seat? How the business works.
It
That
does,
is an emphatic yes, man.
Right? No. Well,
emphatic yes.
That's technically not true though, because and this is why I'm gonna say this, because you got guys like Lomachenko that don't put asses in the seats. Okay, you got guys like Bud Crawford, but they get a minimum. If you're talking about money, get a minimum of 3.5 million for any fight.
I didn't talk about money, fam. I
right.
said
So what I'm saying is, but A side is money.
You talk about how much you get paid.
Okay, so asses in the seats. If that's what you're going to say, if that's what we're going to narrow it down to,
I'm not saying that, man. This is how the business is showing us. You keep saying I'm saying that. I'm not saying it. This is what the business is showing us.
Right. So asses in seats. Is that people who are attending the fight or pay-per-view or both?
That is mainly, look, come on, bro. When we talk about a star, we're talking about star. When Ellaby and them run around talking about star, when Floyd talks about star, we're talking about fucking pay-per-views, fam. This is how boxing is working. See, we don't like it. I don't even fucking like it. I don't think I support this bullshit. I think that the fighters that are achieving, those are the ones that should have to stop. This is what I think. That's my opinion.
Is it me or he's breaking up?
This crooked ass business don't work like that. It worked from the fucking pay-per-view sale. The more pay-per-view sale somebody get, the bigger the star they are. Anthony Joshua had no fucking belts, and he got $80 million, and that's because he was the A side with no fucking belts, none. That's how the business works. It ain't about our fucking personal opinions. Bud did all this and you did all that. It ain't about that. It's about how the fucking business works. I don't like it. You don't like it. Charles don't like it. I don't have shit to do with it.
But what Bud did is not a personal opinion. It's a fact.
I didn't say it wasn't 1-2 kid, but it don't fucking put asses in the seat. That's the point.
I'll tell you, there'll be plenty of asses in the seat if Bud and Spence mix it up.
Yeah, but it's not enough asses in the seat before they mix it up for him to be 50-50, bro. And that's the conversation. He ain't no fucking A-side, and the business says he's not an A-side.
He's not the A-side. He's not the A-side, and he's not 50-50. And that's the same thing we were talking about with the other guy.
But he's not.
Hey, what's the other guy's name? 1-2 kid. What's
Black
the other guy's name again? The other guy who said I can pull up on him on the same conversation.
Black Horseman.
Yeah, you do need to pull up on a rap star because
he's because at the end of the day, right? At the end, I'm checking all this online right now. Everything D's telling you is facts. Errol Spence is a bigger attraction and a bigger draw than Terence Crawford. Even looking from the outside.
Okay, all right. If we on the outside looking in, all right. This is what his. This is. Just hold on for a second. This is his what? Second pay-per-view, third pay-per-view. What is it? Second, third.
You have Mikey Garcia and Eddie Garcia. Those are the only.
Okay, so Mikey Garcia heavily, he heavily promoted that first one, Mikey Garcia. And that fight was in Texas, because if we're gonna go by all of that shit, wasn't all three of them fights all in Texas? If we're going by numbers,
yep.
Okay, so then home team got Jerry Jones sponsoring his ass. Of course, the shit's gonna do numbers. He hasn't fought outside of Texas on a pay-per-view.
And let me ask you this.
Hold on.
Is it Mikey Garcia? Let me ask everybody this.
Hold on.
Mikey Garcia was unbeaten.
Yeah, and even in Texas, 300K pay-per-view.
Hold up.
Answer me that, bro.
You know what, though? Hold on, y'all.
I can't hear y'all.
I'm gonna let everybody.
Let me respond to Charles D first, rap star.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'll let y'all respond in a second, but let's
not
let
you.
Sporting,
Not you one.
let's let Sporting Advantage speak on it because he ain't really had much talk in this entire shit. So we're gonna let him cook for a little while, just to be fair, y'all. Okay, go ahead, Sporting Advantage.
Yo, appreciate that, man. But yeah, just like Charles D said, you know, in Texas, when you got, you know, the NFL working with you, you got all your people around you. You know, he's not exactly, you know, this pay-per-view star that you're making him out to be. But you're sitting here and you're trying to say like, oh, he's going to definitely be the A side. He's bringing more to the table. What did he really bring to the table, though? I mean, I guess you're discounting Danny Garcia from that 300K, but that's just not impressive to me. And I think that Terrence Crawford is slowly going to choke this guy out. Like as far as
think you're wrong
money, everything else, because he's not doing enough.
Right now, who's the bigger draw right now we're talking about right now today? Forget about what you're talking about. We're talking about what's the bigger draw right now before they go into the fight.
See, and the
man's a WBC and IBF champion. He's got 2 belts.
Dude, I don't care if he was the WBO and the fucking IBA. It doesn't
You're
matter.
talking about this resume that's like so great, but look back, man. You'd have to go back to 2016 before you'd find a guy that Crawford didn't knock out.
Okay,
and then you're talking about Mikey getting brought up.
All those guys you're talking about, Errol Spence would have knocked him out probably anyway.
See, man, this is why this shit goes south, because we starting to talk about who Crawford knocked out and all of that. That gets away from the fucking argument.
No. That is not further away. You said the resume.
Okay, bro, he said it. I never look. If I can say this, if I can get this shit off, I ain't fucking talking about no fucking resumes. I've not discredited what Crawford has done. I've not said any of that. But if you sit up here and say, oh, well, this Spence Danny wasn't really that great. Well, how great? Was it a pandemic situation? Guys, answer me this fucking question. Was it a pandemic situation when Bud Crawford fought Amir Khan? Please tell me this. Was we in a pandemic when that happened?
No.
Okay, so if we're going to sit up here and fucking say that 300,000 during this fucking pandemic situation, oh, that's not so great. You know what? I would agree with that. But how much is 100,000 outside of a fucking pandemic? Is that great?
Again, I think you're arguing like
pandemic would make the numbers higher in the pay-per-view because everybody's home.
No.
Okay, so look at what Loma and Tio did.
That's not true.
Look at what Crawford did as far as previews, and you're going to sit here.
Man, come on.
I mean, these guys are competing with the big boys, the billion-dollar industries for airtime.
There it is. Like I said, the questions that determine the stock in this is not being answered. I'm asking a question about Terrence Crawford's pay-per-view sales outside of a pandemic versus Errol Spence's pay-per-views during a pandemic, and people talking about, oh, well, people are at home. People are at home.
There's no huge.
Shit off, man. People are at home.
Yeah, I agree.
Working. That means they don't have this money. So don't think just because people sitting at home, they got money to be shelling out for pay-per-views. When you're not in a pandemic, everybody got more money.
And the viewerships.
Okay, all right, wait. Hold on, D. Let me get 2 seconds before anything else happens. You said people ain't got money to shell off on pay-per-views. What did MMA just do in pay-per-views when Khabib fought Gaethje?
That's Khabib, bro.
It don't matter. He just said it's a goddamn pandemic.
UFC. Yeah, but
it don't matter. It don't, my nigga. It don't matter. They got money to shell out for the fights when it's the fights they want to see.
We're talking about the boxing game where we are right now. In boxing,
okay, and the fight we want to see, and the fight we want to see would be Bud and Spence.
Yeah, but across the pond, right? The numbers for the viewership have gone down in the pandemic. And what Errol Spence's numbers have done are still great for where we are in the situation of today. That's what we're saying.
No, Charles D is exactly right. You look at Usman and Masvidal. It's 1.3
but
million.
we're talking.
No. Let me talk real quick.
We're talking a whole different.
You're talking.
Bro.
You're talking out to your behind. You're not really.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna take MMA out the realm. What did Mike Tyson and Roy Jones do? So let's just keep it combat.
Hmm?
Huh?
He
If you
doesn't
can hunt,
know.
you can hear. If you can hunt, you can hear.
Yeah, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones did good numbers.
Okay, during a pandemic, what does that have to? You give us the fights we want, we will pay for it. What does that have to do?
That we're not going to pay for it. I'm saying before.
Also, just let me get this out real quick.
Before
you
we
say
go
that
into the fight,
sports are down across the board. Boxing is the number 2 trending sport right now.
Let's say let him get off. Let him get off, and then respond.
You know what I mean? It's just like I'm saying. Before we go into this fight, bro. At the moment where we are right now, Errol Spence is just a little bit of a bigger draw. That's all it is. And when we're not saying as fans we don't want the fight, that is the biggest fight in boxing. And if that fight don't happen, the fans are gonna fucking lose. That's facts. And I don't think
I can agree with that.
I don't think
but that's what I'm saying. With me, put the bullshit aside. I don't give a fuck who gets 60-40, 55-45. I don't care. Just make it happen. Yeah. It's bought. I'll pay for it.
Now you guys are.
That's all we're saying. Just make.
Now you're making
negotiate and come to it.
The negotiating's got nothing to do with us anyway.
Right.
We can go black and blue and say what the fuck we want. It's not nothing to do with us anyway.
It ain't. I'm just saying is if we're gonna be fair, let's just be fair all the way around. Let's not discredit people. Like I think Earl Spence is a hell of a fighter. I think that Bud Crawford is a hell of a fighter. I just like the way that Bud Crawford is moving. You know what I'm saying? And the things
I don't want people to think that I'm a hater either, because I said before the accident, I was like, yo, Spence might edge him.
And you know something? We should be glad that we got Errol Spence to talk about, because he nearly lost his life not long ago. Right?
That's a fact. And everybody that was on this panel, this is the truth. Rapstar, everybody that was on this panel, I don't know about D. Jefferson, but Black Horseman and everybody said when he got out the accident, he needed it. We would have much rather him take a tune-up. Fuck that savage shit, just to see where he was at. Yeah, take a soft touch. And but he took on, and he was a savage in the way, he got up there. Everyone called him a savage. But then when Manny talked about moving on to fight Mikey, he said he didn't want to address the fact that Bud Crawford was in the building, who's sitting there promoting boxing, showing up, but you know what I'm saying, putting his face and his brand next to Earl Spence, saying, hey, I'm here. It's something that we need to make. You know what I mean? It's a fight that you should probably take. He didn't even mention it. He said he want to go, deal with family and take a rest all of a sudden. And I'm like, what happened to the savage comments? And this isn't towards so much to Earl, but to the fans. Then they want to give him a pass in that sense. So I'm saying it's funny to me. Throw him in there with a killer, supposedly, and then now let him take some time off. Why? Take 9 months. Everyone's saying, well, 9 months. Well, now he got 9 months to get away from this. Maybe I'm not. That Bud's got to get away from this. Why are we stretching it? You know what I'm saying? Like, Bud isn't getting any younger, like the point that you made.
So who needs who more? Let's
does it matter? Does it matter?
No.
They both need it. Okay, if you want to look at it like that,
with this right now. Which athlete needs who more on this particular time?
Spence needs Bud more at this point.
Okay, who's that? What channel is that?
That's me. It's Charles. And you want to know why I said that? Because Bud
Charles,
is more. Bud is more.
And I want to get it clear. You're saying Errol Spence Jr. needs Terence Crawford more right now in his career than what Terence Crawford needs Errol Spence. You just said that, right?
Yep.
Now,
exactly.
Why.
Because Bud, three-time champion, 3-division champ, undisputed in 1, and trying to go undisputed at 47. All Errol did is he's unified. He's not undisputed. He didn't move up. His career is not over. But I'm saying at this point, Bud has the accolades. he needs this fight at this point.
Well, in your chat, they're saying that Errol Spence has the better wins. Like I'm saying,
They're saying what?
The Errol Spence has the better wins on record. Like as in,
Yeah, but he's got the better wins at 47. You're not counting Bud at 35, 40, and then right now from 40 to 47.
So at 35,
what is it? 8 consecutive stoppage.
Eucharist Gamboa at 35, and then he fought Julius Ndango for the one.
It don't matter who he fought at 40. All 4 of them had a title.
Julius Ndango wasn't one of.
Okay, I know where you're going with that, but all of them had a title, dog. He beat champions. That's all you need to know.
Errol Spence would have knocked out Julius Ndango with a jab.
Okay, and I think Crawford would have stopped Garcia. What is your point?
I think Errol would have definitely dealt with a Gamboa if he was ever in that situation at 35. Well,
okay,
look,
we
don't want to say that Terence Crawford hasn't done a lot. He has. Terence Crawford is an elite at 135 and 140, but at welterweight, Terence Crawford needs to be able to prove himself. Terence Crawford needs the fight. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate for Crawford that it's not Crawford's fault. It's Bob Arum hasn't been able to get him the fights. Bob Arum, the stupid fucking Bob Arum's not been focusing on Terence Crawford. His focus is on fighters like the Teofimo Lopez's, the Lomachenkos, and all these guys. And when
but Bob Arum also wasn't promoting.
Crawford, he could have made the Manny Pacquiao fight before.
He could have.
He could have.
I agree with that.
Manny Pacquiao wanted 20 million.
That's cool.
Back and forth, and forth. And by the time they were going back and forth, they weren't able to pay him the money. And then all of a sudden, the fucking pandemic happened, and they definitely couldn't give him the money after that.
Arum didn't have to make the Teofimo Loma fight happen either, but he did.
Yeah, but he paid them less. He offered them less money. He was going to give Teofimo 3 million, but then he offered him 1.5. And then at the end, he negotiated for 2 million. So those guys took less money.
And how did that work out?
Well, it worked out for Teofimo.
It worked out for both of them because look at the viewership. They both got paid. Great fight. Well, not great fight, but you know what I mean.
I mean, we as fans are getting fucked over. We're getting fucked over, right? The fights that we want, we're not getting it. This boxing is fucking turning into toxic shit, bro. We're not getting these fights. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford it's a must fight. But let me tell you something. I think you said something wrong there, Charles. Terence Crawford's going to be at 147, and he's got to finish at 147. Errol Spence has been well documented that he wants to go to 154, and he wants to go and clean up at 154.
Okay, but what makes you think? Wait, hold on. What makes you think Bud is topped off at 47?
Wait a minute. At 154, when Errol Spence goes and achieves greatness, Terence Crawford is going to be left at limbo at 34, 35 years old. And who's he going to fight then? He's going to be fighting all the... Let me tell you what's going to end up happening. If Errol Spence ends up moving up, Terence Crawford will be fighting all of the people that Errol Spence has beat and left at that division. And the only people left for him is the fresh lions, like the Jarrett Boot Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, or the winners of Josh Taylor and Ramirez.
Yeah, I want to
listen.
You know what?
The two fights are going to be those two guys, then, right?
So can I put the nail in the coffin?
Right. All the rest of the
go ahead.
Errol Spence's leftovers. So Errol Spence does not need Terence Crawford more than Terence Crawford needs Errol Spence.
But you want him to fight leftovers. Hold
on, y'all.
We can't have this conversation.
Rap Star.
D. Jefferson ran out the building because he saw that he couldn't have a conversation, bro.
Right, Rap Star. Are you done with your point?
Yeah, but is it a true point or not?
Well, what we got now is we got Charles D, who wanted to counter the point. Go ahead, Charles.
So you said he's fighting leftovers.
I'm saying if Errol Spence moves up.
No. If he moves up, he's fighting leftovers. I'm just reiterating what you said.
I said if
Errol Spence moves up,
Terence Crawford is going to be left in limbo.
But you said he's fighting leftovers. How is he fighting leftovers with Boots or Ortiz or any?
I just said
He
they're the
hasn't
only
fought any of
fights.
them.
Why can't you listen to my conversation, bro? Don't change your
No,
words on me.
no. I'm listening to you.
I
I'm
just
just
gave you those
reiterating. I'm just
names.
making. No, I'm just
Okay,
making
why did I
sure
give you
you
those
said.
names?
I'm
Why
just
did
making
I
sure you
give you
said. I'm
Virgil
just making sure you
Ortiz?
said those names. Now,
Yeah. Why did I give you
what
those
make?
names?
Okay, now what makes you think Bud tops off at 47? You don't think he can make 54?
Well, Bud is definitely not going to be able to achieve what Errol can because Errol's already a big guy.
Oh my God!
Come
How do you
on,
know it?
man.
Okay, all right. Listen.
Listen,
All right. Okay.
Errol's built.
Uh,
Errol's greatness is going to start when he gets to
Okay, all
154.
right, okay, I get
Come on,
that.
you know
But
this and I know
what
this.
makes you think he can't
You
make
know this
54?
and
Because
I
they
know
said
this, bro.
he's not supposed to be
If
doing
you're
what
a
he's doing at.
hardcore boxing fan, you know at 154 there's
Okay,
only one welterweight champion who's looking to
oh,
go there. There's Errol
okay,
Spence Jr., bro. It's not Terence
okay,
Crawford.
all right. Are you done?
Come on, Charles. You know that.
Okay, okay, but are you done?
You know that though.
I got.
But are you done? Okay, now.
I'm done, but don't come back with me with that shit.
Oh, I'm gonna keep coming back. Okay, now listen.
You just want to speak now, huh?
Yeah,
What
let
is
him.
he gonna do? What is Errol gonna do at 54 with Charlo there? And what makes you think that Crawford caps off at 47?
Man, I'm just looking at the messages, bro, and I gotta tell you something.
And I don't
Brother.
want to know about the messages. What
Look,
do you think? What do you honestly think he caps off at 47?
I'm saying to you, you said, Charles, that Terence Crawford, Errol Spence needs Terence Crawford more than Terence Crawford needs Errol. And I'm just saying it's not that way.
That's because if Errol
It's
wants to
not
get
that
in,
way, Charles. It's
if both
not.
fighters was to stop fighting today, who gets in the Hall of Fame first?
Well, we already know that Terence Crawford's going in the Hall of Fame. We're not saying he's not going in the Hall of Fame.
No, I'm saying if they stopped right now.
But Terence Crawford's at 33 years old. He's at the end of his career now, bro.
That don't mean shit. He's 33. What does that have to do with what I'm asking you? If they
We're
was to
not
go into
talking
the Hall
about
of
the Hall
Fame
of
right
Fame, bro.
now,
We're not talking
if they was to
about
go
the
in
Hall of
right
Fame,
now,
bro.
if they was to go in right now, who goes
Yeah,
in
but
before Errol
we're
Spence?
not
Because I can name
disputing
a
that.
gang of
I'm not
fighters that go in
disputing
before
that.
Errol Spence.
But yo, bro, I'm not disputing that, bro. I ain't
You're not disputing it.
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I was about to drive a few nails in it. I was about to drive a few nails in that coffin.
Rap star. I just want to touch on a point that you brought up because I was listening to what you said. Why, Bud, needs Earl more than vice versa.
No, he said that Errol needs Terence Crawford more than Bud needs Errol Spence.
And you made the point, the opposite point, right?
No, I'm just saying it's vice versa. Errol Spence doesn't need Bud Crawford more than him needing him. I'm saying Errol can move up. Errol can go move up and can go and create more of a legacy.
And he said that he was gonna clean up 154, right?
Yeah, he can clean up.
He can clean up 154. Is that what he said that he was gonna do? He was gonna go clean up 154 eventually.
He's already said that he's looking to come. He said he's looking to go up in weight when Jamal Charlo moves up, and if Jamal Charlo gets the Canelo fight, he said by the time he moves up and fights meaningful fights at 154, his dream fight is to try and see if after Jamal Charlo, if he doesn't win against Canelo, to try and get a Canelo fight in the future.
Right, but he said clean up though, right?
Yeah, clean up means the division.
So
cleaning up
did he?
He hasn't cleaned up 47, so he's going to go up and clean 54.
Right. What I'm saying
is, if he gets to the point that he gets the Pacquiao fight, say if Errol Spence gets the Pacquiao fight, right, and then Terence Crawford, Errol Spence doesn't happen. I'm just saying, say if it doesn't happen, Errol Spence still has a career at 154.
What I'm trying to say is this.
That's all I'm saying.
This is the point. This is the point
I'm trying to
make. But this is the point I'm trying to make. If you ain't cleaning up at 147, what makes you think you're gonna clean up at 154?
Because he said,
exactly.
Look, this is where it's going to come to.
And what makes you think Terence Crawford can't compete at 54?
Okay, so I'm trying to answer Charles's statement that Terence Crawford needs Errol Spence just as much as Errol. It's not like Errol needs him more. That's a bullshit statement.
Right.
That's a bullshit statement. They need each other, bro. They need each other, bro.
Right. I just feel like it's the fight we want, and we should be getting it. But to say I can't really base everything that I'm saying on these fighters and what they say because it changes. Earl said that he would take Manny Pacquiao when he came back right before the fight with Danny, and he said, or Bud Crawford, I'm just gonna clean up, and do what I gotta do. Then now that but I mean, Pacquiao's not on the table. He didn't mention him and said, "Why is he here?" And that to me, that type of energy, as a boxing fan that enjoys the sport, that's not the type of energy I want to see from a champion. I didn't. And when he came back from the accident, I didn't have a problem with a tune-up. But now that he has competed and did what he had to do, why not take a shot at that? And I do feel that the money's there. I've already stated it. I'm pretty sure everybody else here knows that the money is there to make the fight happen. I feel.
Hold on 1 sec, 1-2 kid. Yo, get this smoke. You ridiculous for that comment because what Pacquiao did, why can't Bud do it? What's Pacquiao?
What did Get the Smoke say?
Pacquiao's what? Pacquiao's what? 8 division? What makes you think Bud can't go up from 35 to 54? Like, you serious?
What did Get the Smoke say? Get the Smoke's my homie. What did he say?
Hold on, let me go back in the chat. Let me see.
Get the Smoke in the building. Yeah. Rap star. What does Speak Your Mind D Jefferson say? Rap star.
Yeah, he said Bud started at 35. What makes you think? Shit, it flicked away. Highlight the comment, 1-2.
What did Get the Smoke say, bro?
Where it says that Bud started at 35. What makes you think? And then my shit flicked off.
Okay, here we got it. Boom. Says Bud started at 35. Now we're saying he can go up as high as Spence with the same expectations. Yeah, and that's with I agree with Charles D. I think he can compete at 154. I would suggest against it because of, why? For what?
I mean, look, we're not saying he.
And then he said is Bud Pacquiao. No, he's taller and longer. And obviously he carries his power well. So no, he's not Pacquiao. He's probably a little bit better.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you on
we're
that.
not saying that he can't compete, but we're just saying that he hasn't had good opponents at 147 yet as well. We would like to see him in the top 5 and fight some good opposition. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something right now about Bud Crawford. If Bud Crawford starts beating these top 5 guys, right, and he starts showing me that he beats them in convincing fashion, I'll be the first one putting the thumbnails up that there has to be his fight.
I'm gonna put this out there. If he fights Sean Porter, Sean Porter's aggressive style is tailor made for Bud because Bud's gonna pick him off.
Yeah,
he's not gonna stop him. Everybody keeps saying, he'll stop Sean. No one's able to stop Sean. It's hard enough to just knock him down, let alone stop him.
Yeah, but Sean Porter brings such an aggressive style.
But that's gonna be his downfall. Yeah, his aggression.
Sean Porter's consistent pressure and consistent, always Sean Porter's always trying to pace himself in that fight. He's always trying to outpace that guy, right?
Okay.
That might be his downfall.
Yeah, but Sean also. But hey, hold on, Rap Star. But Rap Star, right? It's also how he always smothers his work because he was doing good work against Spence, but he would smother his work like always.
So we just want to see.
He was turning them.
We want to see Terence Crawford, Sean Porter, Terence Crawford, Ugas, Terence Crawford, Keith Thurman, or even something. Give us somebody, bro. If he's not going to get Errol Spence, from us coming from England, we're Crawford fans. Give us something, man. Give us another fight. But
only one of those guys that Spence actually fought.
But Bob Arum has to go deep in his pocket and try and get one of those fucking fighters for him.
You're claiming these guys are the best in the division.
No,
so
I'm saying they're ranked. I'm not saying they're the best. I'm saying they're ranked in the top 5.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then why hasn't Spence fought him?
Well, Spence has fought Sean Porter.
I understand that. What about the other two?
Well, the Keith Thurman fight didn't happen. We explained earlier, if you was in the show, that by the time that Keith Thurman, when he was on that injury, he went away. And he gave up his belt.
But Keith was healthy. Keith was healthy when he told him to go get a belt.
Did not happen. And the Keith Thurman fight, what he was chasing Errol Spence, by the time that Keith Thurman gave his belts up and he got injured, he went away from the ring for a year. So Errol Spence had to go and get his own route and get his own.
Okay, so
No. That didn't happen. No, dog. You got the story all wrong. It's the same. It's the same thing they told him. Go get a belt.
Before we move on from this subject, I want to touch on this. So you got Sean Porter, right? And you got Bud Crawford, right? We all agree if he fights, if him and Sean Porter get in there and mix it up, then that puts it what? It makes it better for Bud, right?
Well, at least if Bud fights,
right.
So he fights Porter. What is it? 45-55. We good on that?
No, hey, listen, Terence Crawford's the A side, bro. Terence Crawford is the man who's going to get more in the fight.
What I'm trying to say is, what's going to be said, right? If Bud washes or beats Sean Porter,
they're going to say
in all them wars,
product of him being war torn, since whooped his ass.
Is anybody on this panel going to switch their narrative if Bud beats Sean Porter? That's what I want to know.
What I'm saying is, if Bud does a good, decisive, and he shows that he's dominant in those fights, it will definitely build his momentum. It would start bringing good energy to Terence Crawford from international fans.
Right.
Because look, you guys could be sitting on your side of the pond, right? But on this side of the pond, people keep saying the same thing. Errol Spence is fighting good opponents. Errol Spence is proving himself. Errol Spence just came from a life and death, situation. They offered him a different kind of an opponent, and he said, "Nah, I'll fight Danny Garcia." So Danny Garcia is still a fucking credible, ranked opponent. What we're saying is, as international fans, we would like to see Terence Crawford fight some proper fighters which are ranked in today's 2020 top 5. Not
okay, and I can agree with you on that.
No fucking hate, bro.
No. I didn't say it was. I didn't say it was hate. I said we agree.
Like I'm hating on Crawford.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Whoa, my nigga. I said we agree. You ready to get defensive like a motherfucker? I said we agree.
That's all I've been getting all day from you guys. It's like I'm trying to show love.
Nah, nigga, we agree. We want to see the best fight the best. Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, I'm not hating on Crawford. I just want Crawford.
Smoke a cigarette or smoke a fag or whatever y'all say in the UK. Smoke something. But cool out.
I want Crawford to fight some meaningful fights so that I could be saying, you know what, go fuck yourself. This man's smoking these guys. This man just smoked Sean Porter. We got to get into that kind of a.
What I'm trying to say is when you hear them fans say, "Oh, this guy, he bought a basically a war-torn fighter." Okay, you know what I mean? He fought a guy that been in too many wars. Are you gonna keep that same energy?
100,000,000%.
Okay.
Because Crawford deserves it. You know why? Because at the end of the day, he's been dealt the wrong side of the fucking cards. The man is in the wrong side of the promotion team. All the fighters are with Al Heyman. He keeps getting the washed up guys. And yeah, he makes statements on some of those guys. He makes more statements on them than anybody else ever has. So you can't knock Crawford. He's going through them like a steamroll train. You know what I mean? But we got to get Crawford to write fights because international fans are sick of seeing Crawford not in a meaningful fight. And then they got to start believing in the Al Heyman fucking shit. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to appreciate. Look at
that's what's there.
We're not trying to hate, bro.
But that's what's there, rap star. Like, look at who's playing on that side of the field. It's like them motherfuckers is in the sandbox. They took their ball and went home. They don't want to play with Bud at all.
Yeah, but we got to keep it to, you know what I mean? You got to look at it. If Errol Spence is looking the momentum fighter, and he looks like the fan favorite if we're looking in America, is that true? He looks like the fan favorite. Is that true?
Well, right now, especially after coming off that car accident and his performance against Danny Garcia, yeah.
Yeah, and all these things of kind of like Errol Spence seems like the one that the fans are behind, and he comes from Texas. I think that's a big state in the United States. You got a big population in Texas. And, you know, Errol Spence seems like the fan favorite, man. And Terence Crawford seems like he's being dealt the wrong cards. And he's older. He's 33, coming on to 34 soon, or whatever it is. I think Terence Crawford has a right to have that ego, though. I can't knock him for the ego, because the man has really built up 2 weights and then come up another weight. You know, I can't blame him, but he's running out of time. Do you see where I'm coming
We don't,
from?
right. I get
1,
what
2
you're
kids.
saying.
You get where I'm coming
Yeah,
from?
I get where you're coming from, but we can't say he's running out of time. You know, he may be, folks may be trying to age this man out, but this man don't party. And we've seen
He ain't out drinking, and that's the same thing they said about Loma.
And you know what?
Every time he called out Tank ain't gonna fight him. He trying to age him out.
I've been
Let
listening
me
to you
ask
guys in the
you guys
chat,
a
right?
personal question.
Can you hear me
Hey,
or no?
who's that?
Yeah,
Hello?
we can hear you, Smoke.
Okay, cool. I've been talking from the chat. I've been hearing a lot of stuff, right? Just a lot of spurious accusations. Who exactly is aging out Bud?
I said if he gets aged out.
Yeah, but I know it
Can
sounds
you
like
really
somebody's trying to
age
age out
him
Bud.
out,
Like
though?
who is
Can
it?
you age him
Who
out?
has it? Okay, so
Okay, well, Smoke, I know where you're going with this one, and you can't age nobody out because they
let
still,
me. You know where I'm going. No, you think you know where I'm
I know
going.
where you
But
go.
let me
No,
get there.
because
Let me get
okay,
there.
yeah.
Let me get there. Instead of you thinking you know where I'm going, but you being
Mhm.
wrong. Let me just get there.
Okay.
People are trying to fight Bud. Bud is not trying to fight people. Okay, that's actually what is happening at this point in time. Terrence Crawford is trying to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's it. He ain't
And Errol Spence,
he's not,
I knew where you was going, but Smoke, I knew you was gonna go right to Pacquiao because it goes to that same thing.
I got it. I know you want to talk over me to get your point out, but
Oh no, I'm good.
Errol Spence said 60-40, and he said no. Give me 60-40. So no, he's not trying to fight Spence.
Okay, so he can say 60-40.
So 60-40 one way and not 60-40 the other way, so they can't renegotiate shit.
He's not trying to fight Spence.
All right, so
if he's trying to fight Spence, okay, so let me ask you a question. What is the value? What is the value of Terrence Crawford being in the Hall of Fame to Errol Spence?
What is the value? I bet you Crawford to get in before he do.
Yeah, so what?
What do you mean? So what?
Yeah, so what?
So what's the point? What's the point? What's the point that you're trying to make?
My point is, what are you guys forming your opinion that Terrence Crawford, that Errol Spence is not trying to fight Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is the one saying, give me 60-40. And you're saying, because he's going to get in the Hall of Fame, he should be saying 60-40.
Whoa, Smoke. Nah, we not doing that, Smoke. We not doing that. Smoke, we not doing that.
Okay, then
we not doing that. Nah, you not gonna spin that. I said if the careers were over to this day, like right now, currently, who would get in first?
What does that have to do with
that? Had nothing to do with that. We talking about accolades. That has nothing to do with the fight.
60-40.
Did you not just hear me say we would talk about accolades who would get in first? That had nothing to do with this fight.
And you said accolades.
But no. Smoke. This had nothing to do with that.
Okay, correct. I said 60-40, and you said Hall of Fame. What does Hall of Fame have to do with 60-40? I keep asking the same question.
Because who's gonna get in first? Who's done more?
60-40?
But I was just answering what you put in the chat. We're not gonna sit there and put that shit there saying that this fight holds on the balance of that shit. Hell no, Smoke. We're not doing that.
Because you want to talk instead of listen. But why don't you try listening?
No, I'm listening to you and I'm reading what you was putting in the chat, Smoke.
You're talking again.
No,
what does Terrence Crawford getting into the Hall of Fame first have anything to do with 60-40? Please square the circle for me.
Who has the right to ask for 60-40? Is it Crawford or is it Spence?
Actually put the butts in seats.
Smoke. If we're gonna go by business model, okay, cool. But if we're gonna go by pay-per-view number, no, Smoke, no. We're not gonna do that because that Danny Garcia fight, he didn't promote. Garcia promoted that heavily.
Hey. Let me stop you.
Let's back up.
Errol Spence's life and death injury promoted that.
We're talking about you keep making this argument that Terrence Crawford is trying to fight Errol Spence.
I hear like three people. I can't hear.
Errol Spence promoted that fight, bro.
I can't hear shit.
He came out of a life and death injury. The world wanted to watch him come back. Come on.
Like it's
Let's
a
be
ridiculous
facts.
thing.
Come
Like
on.
whatever. But even beyond that,
I'm hearing way too many. Wait, who is that? Smoke or is that rap star?
Because you said
Hold
that
on.
Terrence Crawford. I was going.
All right. See, I gotta mute you. What's going on, Lance? I just want to introduce Lance, and I'll let you get back to the point that you was making. I tried to warn you, but you weren't listening. What's going on, Lance?
How you doing, OTK?
All right. You got any thoughts about this whole situation?
Yeah. I'm just kind of listening here. I'll jump in when I got an opinion.
Okay, cool. Well, just let everybody get their opinion off. The problem is when you jump in, everybody's opinions is flying all over the place. This is stretching a little longer than I thought it would go, but all right, y'all. But everybody give everybody an opportunity to talk. Go ahead, get the smoke. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's no intrinsic value into this whole glory thing that you guys are talking. Like, there's no intrinsic value to belts. There's no intrinsic value to glory. Errol Spence can get into the Hall of Fame without fighting Terrence Crawford ever, right? So this idea that right now, if they stop fighting, he would get in. Guess what? They're not stopping fighting now. This is a terrible point. It doesn't make sense as an argument to say, hey, the guy is trying to fight you, and then he says, hey, you know what? If you're trying to fight me 60-40, and you go, no, I 60-40 because I what I did at 35 and 40. What they have to do with today? What does that have to do with negotiate? They don't have shit to do with shit. I wish that people would just stop. I wish that people would just stop with this whole. But Spence is ducking Crawford because it's really an argument that was lame in 2018 and it's still living in 2020. It might have been true. You had a way better argument 2 years ago than you have right now when Bud has already said out of his own mouth, nobody's ducking. It's all about the business. Bud has said out of his own mouth, if you gave me an offer right now, I wouldn't take it because I wouldn't get credit for it.
See, but Smoke,
I'm trying to fight Manny Pacquiao.
Us as fans cannot be counting these guys' pockets.
So can we stop with the old ass fucking argument from 2 years ago about how Spence is ducking Crawford?
Okay, so that was brought up by them, and the only reason they said right now is because they were talking about if it was right now, who's the A side. So Charles said if it's right now, who gets into the Hall of Fame. So that was just a comparison to that.
Yes, but it's not a comparison because what does A side have to do with the Hall of Fame?
Is like calling
Why isn't it?
Garcia.
Why isn't it? Because there's no intrinsic value to get to the Hall of Fame, yo. That's glory.
The fighters want to get in the Hall of Fame.
That's not glory. That's
legacy. Get into the Hall of Fame without Bud.
Huh?
Can Errol Spence get into the Hall of Fame without ever fighting Bud Crawford? Yes or no?
Yeah, but he has to keep.
Yeah,
working.
but he's got to move up and do some shit.
So what are we talking about?
He's got to move up and do shit. Bud is already solidified.
No, he can stay right there and get into the Hall of Fame and never leave. He don't have
to. Okay, smoke. That's cool. I get that. But what does he have to do at 47?
What does he have to do at 47?
Yeah. Who does he have to fight at 47 to get in there? You talking about Spence?
Bud's already in the Hall of Fame.
Spence got to fight Bud, nigga.
Let me walk you through this.
If Errol wants to get there, he's got a sure pass to get there.
Exactly. What does Spence got to do? Spence got to fight Bud.
Okay, no, he doesn't. No, he does not. If he never fights,
okay, he does not. So he's going to leapfrog.
Get into the Hall of Fame.
So he's going to leapfrog 47. He's going to be unified, take the two belts, and then move to 54.
Are you missing this, Charles? He does not have to ever move up or fight Bud to get into the Hall of Fame. He can spend his entire career.
He's got to do more, Smoke.
Never fight
who is he fighting at 47? That's my question. My question is, who is he fighting at 47 to get him in there? You still beat
Manny Pacquiao.
Okay, you beat Manny Pacquiao.
Jamal
that's
James
cool.
is going to fight Manny Pacquiao, so that doesn't really matter.
Holding that belt,
and then he can beat Keith Thurman.
No,
and that puts him in the hall. He does everything but dance around motherfucking.
Yes, he can fight everybody at 147, not named Bud, and still get into the Hall of Fame.
Smoke.
Without ever moving up, he can fight everybody at 147, not named Bud, and still get into the Hall of Fame.
No, you're lying to yourself, and you don't believe
it. You're just a detractor from Bud. Keep it real.
Yeah, let's
Smoke. You don't believe yourself.
No,
you don't believe yourself.
You just want to take away from Bud's accomplishments.
Okay,
that's cool, but Smoke, you don't even believe that. You need more people, nigga.
I know that for a fact.
Would it not help his stock? Would it not benefit his stock also? Both of these guys to fight each other.
Of course it would.
All right, then. That's all that needs to be said. And why is it not working?
Okay. Well, 1-2 kid, if that's all that needs to be said, stop with this whole Terrence Crawford is trying to fight Spence when he is not taking offers to fight Spence.
What offer?
60-40. He's offered it twice.
Oh
First of all, that's not even real life. That's a
not even
public offer that was just thrown out there, piggybacking off Bob
Correct.
Arum's
And
bullshit.
so why not take it publicly then? Then why not accept it publicly?
Why are you going off of a hypothetical?
Why are you trying to tell these fighters what to do? Why are you counting their pockets? Why is it up to you what these fighters take?
Okay, cool. So let's not tell them what to do. Let's go by what they said. Bob Arum said.
I'm just saying the whole public aired out fucking promotional value of Crawford and the money 60-40 getting thrown around. That's bullshit.
Okay,
that's complete bullshit.
All right,
Why?
All right, cool. So when Bomac said before the Khan fight that he would hand deliver an offer to Spence after the Khan fight, what happened?
Hey, look, Smoke, we're not going to sit here and interrogate
so
me and what I know about the sport.
So when Bob Arum said he was going to deliver an offer to Al Heyman before,
all I know is the end all be all. They said something. They said something to motherfucking Thurman, and Thurman priced himself out. That's end all be all.
And then after the fight, he said, "Does Bob really exist?" So what are we talking about that? Like, why are we sitting here
Does Al Heyman really exist?
What we're talking about is you talking about 60-40
correct
being public and even having an opinion on it. You shouldn't have an opinion on it. It shouldn't matter. It's nonsense.
Okay, so wait a minute. Both of them spoke on it. So why shouldn't I have an opinion on it? Both Earl and Bud spoke on the 60-40. Why shouldn't I have an opinion on it?
Nobody ever sat down. It wasn't real.
Okay,
it was just thrown out there. It literally was just piggybacking off Bob's bullshit.
Okay,
that's what it was. That's all it was. Errol took advantage of a situation where he could jump off the bullshit that Bob said. Bob was trying to take away.
Okay, Earl actually, Bob took
Terrence.
Actually, it was the opposite. Actually, you switched what actually happened. Bob is the one who opportunistically took some bullshit because when Earl went to Porter's fight to say who he's to call out Porter to get that fight, everybody was like, "What's up with Bud?" And ever since then, that's where this whole narrative of Spence ducking Bud started back then. And it's hella old ass news because everybody said hella shit.
That's not old news.
Let's be realistic. Neither fighter is.
Hold on one second, Smoke. Hold on, Smoke.
2018.
Okay, but Smoke. When
because it was in 2018. That's why.
Okay. No. But Smoke. When Porter had the WBC, was he trying to unify?
Yes, that's why he fought Earl and lost. That was a unification.
Why he didn't choose to unify with Bud?
Why does he have to unify with Bud?
See
why? That's your question. Why?
You said
Bud wanted to fight. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'll give you several reasons. I'll give you a couple of reasons. Right. First off, because it's easier to make in-house fights. Second off, because Bud and Terrence apparently don't really want to fight each other.
Okay, now if that's the easiest fight, okay, I'm gonna start bodying niggas when they start saying this dumb shit. Now, if that's the easiest fight to make, why Spence never got his hands on Keith Thurman after they told him to get a belt?
Okay, I believe I already told you that the dude was fucking injured.
You believe that? But he still went on. He still went on. But wait, no, Smoke, because he still went on the fight.
Let me ask you this, Charles D. Who was Thurman fighting instead of fighting Spence?
He fought everybody but Spence. Exactly. He fought everybody but Spence. As soon as he got that IBF, that nigga got low. And then as soon as Crawford announced that he was coming up to 47, they did the same shit to him. They told him get a belt. He got the WBO. Now he can't even get a fucking title shot.
Who can't
Come on, man, stop with the bullshit.
Who can't get a title shot?
Spence couldn't get one, and neither could fucking Bud Crawford. As soon as they said, "Yo, go get a belt," both of them got a belt. Neither one of them fought Thurman, and guess what? Thurman's on the same side of the street with Spence.
How come you got to go back years to make your point? What is happening?
I don't gotta go back years. I'm just going back to the fucking facts.
All this shit you talk about is years ago.
It's still facts.
It's new and relevant. None of it.
So it's still facts, Smoke, because nobody fought.
Okay, it's facts from years ago.
Smoke. Nobody
I got a question for you as a valued member of the LDBC.
Like, why are you still stuck in the past?
Because everybody keeps saying, "Yo, go sign with the PBC." PBC fighters don't even fight PBC fighters.
Okay, maybe it's because Bob said.
No, there ain't no maybe because it's a bunch of bullshit, Smoke.
Okay,
stop.
Right. If you can say it's a bunch of bullshit, but Bob himself says he's losing money off Bud. Maybe that is
what
why.
Does that have to do with PBC fight? Okay, he's losing money on Bud, but what that got to do with PBC fighters fighting PBC fighters?
Okay, again,
Bob has nothing to do with that.
All right, hey Charles, do you want to listen to the answer? You said why are people saying Bud should go to the PBC? Maybe one of the reasons why people are saying Bud should go to the PBC is because Bud's promoter, is saying he's losing money off of Terrence Crawford and he cannot make fights. He offered Sean
That's
Porter,
cool, Smoke. That's cool, Smoke. But why are they not fighting on that side of the street, Smoke?
$1 million. Why do you need to talk over me? He offered Sean Porter $1 million. Will that make a fight? No. But in order for that fight to happen, PBC has to buy that thing via purse bid. Why do all that when you can why not just go to PBC?
Why does it have to go to purse bid? They on the same side of the street, Smoke.
But who's on the same side of the street?
All of them, motherfucker. Besides Crawford. Crawford ain't getting no PBC fight, Smoke. Stop it, man.
Why does the LDBC ride so hard for the PBC, but I ain't heard a word about the Stanionis fight?
Okay, now you're just throwing in straw mans and this don't have nothing to do with nothing. That's
my question.
Let's keep it on the subject before we go.
No, I'm on subject. Just tell me why PBC fighters ain't fighting PBC fighters. Just tell me that one.
But so first off, nobody on the same side of the street is going to purse bid. The Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford are not on the same side of the street. Bob Arum offered Sean Porter $1 million to fight Bud. Because Sean Porter is the mandatory, he is saying to send that fight to purse bid. He's only willing to pay $1 million. He is not he's not willing to shell out any more money for Bud.
But where was that energy when he had the WBC, Smoke?
As a result, that is why people are saying you should go to the PBC.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Where was that energy when he had where was that energy when he had the WBC, Smoke?
First off,
what energy when we had the WBC?
Oh, I want to ask you two questions.
Porter.
All right.
Yeah, he fought Spence.
Why is it that when Bud Crawford says he won't take 60-40 and he says 60-40, is it this man's ducking? He don't want to fight.
Who said anybody? Okay, you are the guy saying that Errol Spence is ducking. I never said Bud was ducking.
All I said was they can make the fight happen, and they could both. If you put the money's there for them to make it happen.
Yes, I'll take 40%.
You're saying what you said was he don't want the fight.
Correct.
He said no, right? So why is that okay? And all he did was repeat what Earl said and said, no, give me 60-40, and then all of a sudden it wasn't he don't want to fight. Why does one guy get a pass and then automatically there's a brick wall?
Who said my guy get a pass? You guys are only blaming Earl Spence. If you would have said to me, when Spence said, give me it's 60-40 to Spence, and Bud said, yes, I'll take that 40%. And then Spence said, nah, then I can understand what you're saying. But instead, what happened was Spence said 60-40, and then Terrence Crawford said, no, give me 60-40, and then you guys are saying Spence ain't trying to make a fight. How does that make sense?
Well, if I open it up, because then where was the negotiations then?
Where was his negotiation?
When they both wanted the same thing. When they both wanted the same thing, then that is, if somebody makes a high bid, you start high, whatever, says Spence, right? And then he does the exact same thing, then you meet in the middle.
Okay.
Right? That's
right.
The part
are you right? But again,
number two. Okay. Number two, I just wanted to break it down, right? I wanted to break this down. You said that only offered Porter $1 million. Is that based on an interview where he said, when dude said, well, what if it's just like $1 million? He was like, I'd give him that $1 million right now, if that's the case. Is that what you're basing that on?
I am basing it on him saying I offered him, I would give him $1 million or let it go to purse bid. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, so he'll let it go to purse bid. So what's the
not
hold?
A penny more. I will not offer a penny more than $1 million. I'll let it go to purse bid, and Al Heyman can pay for it.
He said that he only offered $1 million, or was that posed in the question to saying, what if he wants like $1 million? He said, if it was $1 million,
will you go a penny higher? You won't go a penny higher. Correct. He said literally a penny higher. He will not go higher than $1 million. He will let it go to purse bid.
Okay. And pay-per-view also, right? Pay-per-view shares.
Pay-per-view, what are we talking about, dude? All I'm talking about is why the hell are you guys talking about Spence don't want to fight?
Well, I mean, why are you not pushing? If you put as much energy into talking about, making the fight happen as you would with Spence, like with Bud, like, are you keeping the same energy?
I already know the fight's gonna happen. I'm not tripping off this shit. I'm not saying nobody's ducking. You guys are over here saying Spence is ducking.
Would you like to see the fight happen? Yes or no? That's what I want to know.
Do I want to see the fight? Do I want to see the fight?
Right.
Man, I've been wanting to see this fight.
Okay. Yeah, all right. And if it was 50-50, would you have a problem with it?
I don't get, as long as those two dudes come to terms, I don't give a fuck what the split is.
So what are we really arguing then? We want to see the fight.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because you guys are over here talking about Spence don't want the fight.
Well, he's showing that type of energy.
Oh, now he's not. He said, I'll take the fight 60-40. Is 60-40 unreasonable?
That's
no, it's not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable, but
no, really. So stop with this whole Spence don't want to fight shit.
Okay, so
it's a conversation that needed to be had behind closed doors. Bob Arum can't come out publicly talking all that bullshit about Terrence Crawford, and then just to add insult to injury, Spence starts speaking on 60-40 and all this shit publicly, which doesn't make any sense. Obviously, Crawford's going to feel some type of way.
Okay, cool. So Bob Arum could have, he didn't have to do anything publicly. He could have privately sent an offer, which he has not done. The same thing he did for Danny Garcia and for Keith Thurman, he could have done for Errol Spence, but he hasn't. So can we please stop with this whole, they're trying to make a fight, but other guys ducking? That's not what is happening. It's right in front of your face, and
No, neither fighter is ducking. Neither fighter is ducking. Everybody will get online talking about he's ducking him.
I know it's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's nonsense. But
when you see the guys saying, I'm not ducking, like if we have our own opinions, we want to see a fight, but the guys are telling you what's happening. They're telling you that it's about the business. They're telling you what they would rather do before they meet up. Terrence Crawford wants to fight Pacquiao. I'm sure that if he got that fight, it would not only increase his legacy, it would put some money in his pocket and get him in a better negotiation for fighting with Errol Spence. It's really simple, right? Nobody would be mad at that fight. Errol Spence wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. It's a bigger fight than Terrence Crawford, better for his legacy, all of that shit. But for some reason, if he pursues Manny Pacquiao, it's supposed to be some duck of Bud.
Right.
Nobody's saying that.
I'm just
a Manny Pacquiao fight over Bud is a duck.
Cool, but then let's stop with this whole Terrence Crawford's not trying to make a fight. When Terrence Crawford let's start saying Errol Spence is not trying to make a fight.
Is he in negotiations? Everyone want to talk about now, right? Is he in negotiations with Pacquiao right now?
That's what they're reporting.
I'm seeing it contradicting reports saying that Manny's is about to fight Mikey.
So I don't know. I think that again. I think you guys are living in the past. Like the latest thing was the latest thing.
But if he ain't getting Manny, then what's the holdup?
If he's not getting Manny, why don't we get past Manny and then we'll see what the holdup is? First off, you don't know that he's getting past Manny. First off, you don't know that he's getting past Manny. Manny is
what I'm trying to say is we don't these negotiate. If Manny's not there. Yeah. Right? What is it? Everybody just waits 10, 15 months and or you know what I mean, however many months, and nobody really fights, and then they just fight random people and they talk about how this money ain't right and this money ain't right, but they fighting for fucking peanuts, fighting these chumps and shit.
Okay,
why not make the fight happen now?
Okay, so the dust is not even settled off his last fight. Dude said he's not coming back until the summer. They're talking about making a fight with Pacquiao. And for some reason, in your mind, you guys are still talking about how he's not trying to fight Bud.
Well, is he?
No, he's not. He's not trying to
They're
fight
not
Bud.
trying to fight each other.
He's the A
I think they're just waiting. Like, I think the fighters want to fight, obviously, right? It's not, they want to fight each other. It's just not, it's not happening.
Not next. Neither one of those guys want to fight each other next. Both of those guys want to fight Manny Pacquiao next.
Yeah, but when you say those guys, let's take the actual fighters out of this, right? Because I'm sure Crawford and Spence are both chomping at the bit to fight each other. You know what I mean?
They're both chomping at the bit to fight Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, right.
But if Manny
before
ain't on the
before
table,
anybody.
Right, but you keep doing this. If Manny isn't, what if Manny is?
if Manny is,
I
then it
hope
is
Manny
what it
fights
is.
Jamal James personally because
then yeah, can we stop with this whole duck shit?
I'm just saying the energy.
I'll drop it. I never agree with it in the first place.
I mean, the energy ain't the same though, man. And that's what I mean. It's like, I'm just curious to, okay, so that's the big money fight. Everybody wants Manny Pacquiao, right? But the hardcore fans, they want, I would much rather, me, myself, watch Bud and Earl fight.
Fact.
Cool. That's a different, that is a completely, and for me, that is a reasonable position. What is unreasonable to me is talking about how one guy doesn't want to fight when the one guy is saying a reasonable split. If you say, if you say, hey, you know what, 60-40, back, as a matter of fact, if you go back to 2018 when they were talking about that whole list, but Spence said then, cool, you want to disrupt my plans, 60-40 then, and then Bud said back then, 50, no.
Why didn't Spence call out Crawford at the end of his fight?
Because why should he call out Crawford at the end of his fight? Who cares?
He wants to fight him, doesn't he?
He has to? No, he does not have to. They don't have to fight each other.
He said he wants to, doesn't he?
Crawford
already told you.
I don't have to fight him.
So he said he wanted to fight him. He said he wanted to fight him. So all he said he didn't say he has to fight him. He said, did he want, why didn't he call him out? Doesn't he want to fight him?
He's already said, he said 60-40. I don't understand what you guys are doing. Like, so you mean to tell me because he did not call him out, it completely negates the fact that he said 60-40 and you get the fight?
Okay, then tell him to send the contract. Then send the contract to Bud.
Okay, only Crawford said and send the contract with me with 60%.
Wait,
same way
so why can't it be 50-50
correct?
Then?
So exactly. So stop with this entire thing.
If it's a fight of this magnitude,
that's the entire point. Like I can understand that
if it's
we
a fight,
but what I don't understand is the narrative that Spence does not want to fight. It does not.
He does not want it.
Hold up.
If it's a fight of this magnitude,
what we're all
he's
witnessing.
pricing himself out. He's pricing himself out. Why can't he just make it?
Pricing himself out?
Well, I guess according to you, it is.
I don't think we're the ones to dictate what's pricing himself out.
Right. Well,
right. We don't.
Smoke, wouldn't you say the 60-40 on Bud's side means that he don't want to take the fight? That's what you're saying. That's what you're alluding to.
I'm saying that. Okay. All right. So for me, as I'm looking at this entire thing, saying that if Bud is pursuing Spence says, take 40% and you get a fight. In my mind, 40% is reasonable. If those guys can't come up with if those guys think it's not reasonable, fine. But for me, since Bud wants to fight, Spence says, take 40%. Bud says, no, I want 60%. How does that conclude?
So you're
smart enough to know that that's not how negotiations work. You don't just say something in the public eye and then now it's like you sat down at the table. Nobody spoke. Nobody had these conversations. Transactions, nothing happened.
I understand that. But my point is, why, when we're looking at this stuff, why do you draw the conclusion that Spence doesn't want to fight?
You're basically saying Spence doesn't want to fight. You said Crawford wants to fight. You never said Spence did.
Okay, that's it. MMA. You're too young to follow this, so I'm gonna speak real slow. I can't speak like a teenager, but I'm gonna go real slow for you.
You don't even know boxing. You sound like a casual.
Okay, I have to be because that's not what I just said. Because what I said was, if Spence wants to fight, if Crawford wants to fight, Spence says, take 40%, you get the fight. Crawford says, no, give me 60%, and then you conclude that Spence doesn't want to fight.
The only reason he said that is because Spence says 60-40. Just make it 50-50 and let's have the fight. It's a fight of this magnitude, and it's not even a big deal. Just make it 50-50 so we can make the fight. And if you go about their whole careers, it's a 50-50 fight if you do that.
Okay, that's it. Okay, that's what MMA said. But actually what Crawford said was give me 60-40. And then what you guys
agree with the 50-50.
What you guys are concluding is that Spence is trying to do.
Did he not Did he not say 50-50 before? Why do you think he said 60-40? You dumbo. Now listen, bro. You're too easy for me. You're too easy.
Okay, I got it, dude. Like,
unless they can sit down at the table and try to do something like a 55-45, public perception should be 50-50. There's no way that you should let the bullshit that they're speaking influence you to feel any type of way about the fight. Yeah, Spence might be valued a little bit higher than Bud right now. We know that, right? But they can't use that as a staple to say which fighter is better technically or going to win this fight. And that's what it feels like to me.
No, but that's not the
I just want to say the man talking now is a fucking fangirl, man. You a fucking fangirl and a fraud, man. You a fucking fangirl. Spence is a fucking duck artist, man. You fucking fangirl.
Facts.
Is that what you got? You got insults over and over, the same ridiculous insult, and of course, a 16-year-old would be co-signing that bullshit.
You gotta ignore the trolls on here. You gotta try to find a way.
That's not the issue, Lance. The issue isn't who wins the fight. The issue is watching what we're watching and then concluding that Spence doesn't want to fight. I don't understand how we're seeing what's unfolding and then concluding that Errol Spence doesn't want to fight.
It's not that. It's that the internet spins these narratives, right?
Let me say something.
And then people buy into them. They feel like they're clutching for straws, trying to find something to talk about. When there's perfectly good fights to talk about, like the Stanionis fight that's happening later on this evening.
Wait.
But nobody wants to talk about it. And my question was to you, Smoke, as a valued member of the LDBC, I was wondering why, since the LDBC does promote PBC fighters so well, Stanionis hasn't been brought up in conversation at all, not even once from what I've seen.
Listen. Nobody cares about that, man.
Right. So here's the thing: like the PBC can do what they do. Maybe you can just promote them like you did.
Let me ask you a question.
To be the only people to promote, right?
Smoke. Let me ask you a question. Why did Spence?
Why the LDBC or whoever it is? Like,
I'm not. And Smoke. Understand. I'm not trying to throw fuel on the fire when I bring this up. All I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to give a different perspective, right? I throw these questions out there just to maybe somebody else will reflect on them, right? And think to themselves, like, why is the LDBC doing that? Or maybe even an LDBC member will start showing, Stanionis a little bit more respect and saying this is a good fighter. You know what I mean? Why have we been?
But I mean, I'm not sure. I think that there's a misconception, right? First off, the LDBC is not in business to promote the PBC. They're in business.
What are they in business to promote?
To me, I feel like the reason why I joined, right? I would just talk about my own self, was to promote Black fighters.
Right.
That was it. That was it. They're guys that don't get a fair shake or get underrepresented in the media, right? There's a history, there's a historical precedent. So that's why I got into it, right? Right. So in order to combat the negative and the underrepresentation, the negative images and the underrepresentation in media, they said, hey, you know what? We're going to promote our own guys and make sure that whatever these bullshit narratives that come around, that we actually talk about them and either debunk them or verify them or validate them or whatever, or agree with them, whichever way it goes. We're going to do that to ourselves. Right?
Do you think there's going to be a way we could put that down in the boxing community? You know what I mean? Just kind of
why do you have to put it down?
Get away from the racially motivated and things of that nature.
What for? Right? Maybe you can get away as soon as boxing stops doing that to Black fighters. Then sure, we can get away from it.
Do you feel like this is happening on a consistent basis for Black fighters today?
Yes, I do.
Well, I can say right now, we are debating about two Black fighters and saying that this is the biggest fight that can happen right now.
Yes, correct.
So what I'm trying to say is this, guys, not to cut everybody off or whatever, is I got some moves to make, but I would like everybody's closing thoughts on this whole situation. We could start off with GTS.
All right. So for me, before Bud already even touched Jeff Horn, I already knew what this was. They were going to be building up this fight for years. As a matter of fact, it was supposed to be happening this year, but Corona came up with. But Corona intervened.
Yeah, okay, got you.
But Corona intervened, and Arrow had an accident. I believe that all of this is just about marinating and hyping up a fight. And to me, it seems a little bit frustrating and a little bit sad that fans are at each other's throats with just because we want to see a fight. And it seems like we're living in a parallel universe that's created by these promotions. Let's just enjoy the fucking fights. If these guys never fight each other, then you can feel however the fuck you want to feel about it. But at this point, the fight it's purely game, and you can see that it's purely game, right? It's all fucking manipulation. Can we stop just being manipulated? That's it.
Okay, cool. Lance, you got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I want to say whenever this fight does happen, I'm definitely excited for the Errol Spence Bud Crawford fight 2025.
Nice. That's what's up. Charles D, did you want to add anything else, Lance?
No.
Okay, cool. Charles D, you got anything to say, brother?
Hell no, nigga, I'm out, man. Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Yeah, peace, man. That's it.
Just go to a shout out for everybody that was on the panel. Of course, Black Horseman, you know what I mean? Sporting Advantage, a couple guys that weren't on here. Iron Kong, go subscribe to that guy. And Charles D, obviously, he just left. Get This Smoke, D Jeff, Rap Star, everybody who participated in this, and some new guys. We had Tim in here, you know what I mean? We had everybody come in. I appreciate all the support, guys, and I do feel that what we have here is something that's probably good for the sport. Something, people are passionate about this sport, and they got love for the sport, and they want to see this sport excel. And there's some big fights out there that we can anticipate, and hopefully we could get them in the future. And it's something that I would look forward to. Everybody here that was on this panel, whether they agree or disagree with what I said or vice versa, we all want this fight to happen. So to me, I'm just trying to get the thing done. I know some people would say, well, the fans can't really do that. I think we underestimate the power of the fans, and because we are the consumers. So keep that in mind when you make these moves and you're watching these fights. I'm not saying hate on people, but I'm not going to pay to watch a warrior fight a guy that's not in his league on a regular basis. And these guys are in there scrapping it up, putting their ass on the line. So let's support those who support the fans. And that's just my outtake on it, in my opinion. Thanks for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And later, y'all. Peace, guys.
All right. Peace out, OTK.
Yep, peace.